for the devil.
In arms
Look how loyal you was to
this
the
whole
devil.
wide world.
What did you get in return?
Oh,
You know it's a long road. Fight for a code that be half dead. And what with the sign showed, so many sheep that be half fed. So many things in the top of the mind that be putting your boy on a hit list. Rooted in pitfalls, but am I a viable witness? Stuck in the mire, high on the fire, alive in my vein like electrical wire. Eye on that wide angle, hand in the heart of the fire. So that the whipping is cracking again, but why we be clapping for them? Lying in wait for the Lord's hand, but on the ring it's a cracked gem.
What? Right in the brain, cook better than the people from the shame. What? Yeah, picture on the 10. Y'all ain't really get the living that I mean. My mind so ditching, my bar so hitting. My life I ride to the sky unsealing. I'm fine, they pinning, I shine, they meaning. My pain I hold to the pride still winning. Fuck 'em up, crack his jaw. Fuck 'em up, crack his jaw. Bring the mic, break the mold. I'm him, where are y'all? Fuck 'em up, crack his jaw. Fuck 'em up, crack his jaw. Fuck the coat, where your bros? I'm him, where are y'all?
Cooped up in a laboratory, got planes in the mix, not a happy story. Got a bag full of tricks and it's mandatory. Don't trip, don't slip, then I crack it for it. Gee whiz, I'm back, peep this, new pack. I'm better, I swag, I lean, y'all like. I'm better, I'm bigger, I'm meaner. In fact, hold on. Turn up the sirens, if they wanna slide and get violent. I got it dialed in. With me, it's whatever, tell me what we doing, bruh. I'm feeling stupid, bruh. Like, fuck it up, burn all these bridges and boot the dust. I mean to be rude to ya. Sorry, but my education from Jupiter. Yeah. Close to crashing, I'm in action. Need my fraction, need my dollars, need my cents. Not for fashion, not for power, not for flexing. I'm a boring little shit. Step to me, you guaranteed to shrugging this. I hope you bite your upper lip. Listen to me, I know you're not, but I could jog the marathon around
Fuck
the
'em
clip.
up, crack his jaw. Fuck 'em up, crack his jaw. Bring the mic, break the mold. I'm him, where are y'all? Fuck 'em up, crack his jaw. Fuck 'em up, crack his jaw. Fuck the coat, where your bros? I'm him, where are y'all?
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Sunday Show.
Howdy.
I am Dice, and I'm here with none other than D Bird himself.
Be dirt at your service. So,
Another day, another review show where we listen to songs and beats or whatever it is that people want us to review. We're here to do it. Get jiggy with it, as Will Smith used to say back in the good old days.
before he went full cringe. Like, we all knew he's a little cringe, and we're like, all right, but he's 25 and he has movies coming out. Okay. Now he's just full cringe, just leaning into it.
What's the most cringe thing about Will Smith to you?
Oh my God. It has to be the way he's trying to rap like it's 1985 in 2025, and the reactions of the people around him when they hear it. That's the most cringe. Like, your wife can get fucked in front of you, and that's fine. You know, if that's how you guys move, okay. But him rapping like it's 1981, looking around for approval, and everyone's like, gross. Get him on stage.
I still feel like it's the whole open being public about their relationship stuff. I feel like that's the most cringe thing to me, because I just don't care, and I'm like, I hate whenever all that stuff was going on, people just want to talk about it every day, like, oh, he had August in his house and he's dabbing him up, and then August goes and smashes his wife, and I'm like, I just don't really care. I just want to watch his movies and enjoy my life, and I'm now bombarded by whatever it is that he's doing with Margot Robbie and whatever Jada is doing. Jada still loves Tupac. They like, that was funny though, when all the little memes of Jada, like, with Tupac, that shit was funny. I gotta admit. I feel like the music aspect, maybe it's just he hasn't spent enough time, getting all the rust out of the system, and he's just like, I'm gonna drop an album, and it just sounds like where he left off from 20 years ago.
Sounds like before he left off. You know what I mean? Like, that's not Miami Will Smith. That's not getting jiggy with it, Will Smith. That's like fucking, Nightmare on Elm Street, Will Smith.
What do you think the biggest thing is that he needs to improve? The flow or the lyrics? I think it's the flow.
Ooh. I mean, the flow is what makes it sound dated, but I think the lyrics are what make it cringe to me.
That's fair enough. Will, if you're out there, submit some songs to the review show. We'll give you some pointers.
We'll give you some honesty. Yeah, we'll tell you how to improve.
Yeah, we can do it. Yeah, it's Sunday. We're here to listen to some stuff and have a good time. Queue is open, so if you got tracks and you haven't posted them yet, go ahead and drop it in the queue. Probably close it down a little bit. I think we have let's see, we got a fair amount today. So
Pharaoh Mount.
Yeah, a little rhyme diddly there. We'll get through it. But we'll go through, we'll listen, give it a rating 1 through 10 based on our initial reaction to it. Say what we like, what we don't like. Keep it moving. If at any point in the queue you feel like you're tired of listening to other people and you're towards the bottom and you want to get your stuff listened sooner, you can tip, subscribe, or gift a sub. We would highly recommend subscribing first, because then you can get in the line for Wednesday's show as well. But if you want to do those other things, whatever you want to do, it's your world.
It's your world. We're just living in it.
Yeah. That's what I tell every lady that messages me.
And she's like, sir, this is a Wendy's.
She's like, do you want cheese on that?
Yeah. So are you getting fries?
Yes or no? All right. Always get the fries, folks. Don't ever order food and not get fries where they're available. That's crazy.
Here's a question. Are you like a raw dog fry guy, or do you like have to have sauce on it? Like ketchup or some other
I usually raw dog them, but if I'm, if I'm feeling good about myself, ketchup. But I mean, 9 times out of 10, I'm eating.
Gotta be in a comfortable setup, and
yeah. If I'm like moving around and stuff, like ketchup and everything is too messy. But if I'm like settled in, I'm like, all right, I'll get some ketchup and dip my fries in it. Usually, I'm eating the fries with a burger anyway, so there's like ketchup already on the burger, so that it's all combined, and you're just gonna chew it up together anyway. So I'm like, putting it in ketchup and then biting into a burger with ketchup seems excessive.
I don't know what it is that's wrong with my brain, or if maybe I'm right and everyone else is wrong. But I love ketchup on fries. For whatever reason, once you put it inside a bun, get it the fuck out of here. I hate ketchup, any juices on my meats, my burger.
What do you put on your burgers? Just nothing? Plain Jane?
Plain cheeseburger. That's what I get.
That's fair. Oh, that's the only thing I put on my burger is ketchup. So I totally get that. Like, get the rest of this shit out of there. I don't want to feel it. I don't want to taste it. I don't want to see it. It's messy. If I have to heat up the burger later because I didn't, I got an extra burger and I didn't finish it, I don't want to, all this ooze of shit just leaking out of it. Just give me ketchup. Call it a day.
Secret of the ooze.
Yeah. All right. What do we got today? First up, JV Sushio, Skonka.
I feel like we've heard Skonka before. Maybe this is a remake. Maybe heard what we said last time and was like, here's the updated version based on the in-depth critical feedback that we were given.
We can only hope. All right, we'll start off with some Skonka, see if it's new or the same. It says it was made 7 days ago. I feel like, yeah, maybe he reposted it. I don't know. We'll find out.
She my otra. I'm in love with a skonka. Walk in the club and she twerking with the booty. Got $100, baby. What you finna do to me? She my otra. I'm in love with a skonka. Walk in the club and she twerking with the booty. Got $100, baby. What you finna do to me? Popping for the peso, no te hagas la santa. Tatted up thigh, moving like she bella dancer. Otra on the back, whispering yo quiero. Club full of demon, flashy rojo y amarillo. 100 in my hand, she knows what's next. Put a name in the phone under Skonka text. Throwing it back like she mad at the flow. I'm tossing these bills and I'm begging for more. Light, low body, glow, glitter on a petrol. Working that pole, that shit dancing by cielo. Skunk on the VIP, rolling up the haze. Don't do the love, but she love it when I pay. Tattoo peeking out the lace on her hip. Say yo te mato while she biting on the lip. I'm faded and she feeling divine. One night stand, baby, but she always on my mind. She my otra. I'm in love with a skonka. Walk in the club and she twerking with the booty. Got $100, baby, what you finna do to me? She my otra. I'm in love with a skonka. Walk in the club and she twerking with the booty. Got $100, baby, what you finna do to me? Nails sharp, yeah, she built for the sin. Ride in them hills and she do it again. Said her name Candy, I call her Medina. Cause she lied with that body just like tequila. No rule tatted right across the rib. That gusto, she whisper while licking lip. I'm in love with a skunker, I know it's wrong, but tonight she's a beat and I'ma be the song. Nails sharp, yeah, she built for the sin. Ride in them hills and she do it again. Said her name Candy, I call her Medina. Cause she lied with that body just like tequila. No rule tatted right across the rib. That gusto, she whisper while licking lip. I'm in love with a skunker, I know it's wrong, but tonight she's a beat and I'ma be the song. She my otra. I'm in love with a skonka. Walk in the club and she twerking with the booty. Got $100, baby, what you finna do to me?
All right, that was Skonka by JV Sushio. I mean, right off the bat, the hook, the second and third hook are off. Just timing is just way off. Whether you performed it like that or you just like copied and pasted it and it was just offbeat, it's wrong. And the only thing, I mean, I feel like the flow in the verses was okay. I just feel like the wordage is what makes it feel a little bit less than ideal. I feel like just the things that you say felt more basic than how you were delivering it. I feel like you had pretty fair emotion and cadence in your delivery. Just the word choice and the lines that you delivered felt, you know, less than, they felt more amateur and than they did with the flow, if that makes sense. But yeah, the main thing, hook, timing, horrible, off. I give this a 4.
Yeah. Agree with the hook being off. I mean, there was moments throughout where the flow was just kind of off, and some of that was the writing too, I think, where it's like booty, do to me. You're like, it doesn't quite fit, doesn't quite rhyme the way it needs to. So I'd say that there's just elements of the flow and elements of the delivery that need to be improved on this. I'd give it a 5 because I think it's like a good start. I think the quality like sounded kind of decent, minus the parts where the line ends and you can kind of hear that abrupt ending. But for the most part, like I think it's produced pretty well. It's just kind of felt like it wasn't hitting delivery wise and flow wise.
That's fair. All right, next up, Will the Cook says you decided to work with another artist.
I like how he announces it now. I've decided to work with another artist.
I feel like, never mind. Here's Will the Cook, produced 815, Lower Than Dirt.
Producer tournament coming soon. So you hear that, Will? Time to grab your shine, buddy.
All he's gonna do is ask if little Garfield can compete.
I've been getting more depressed every day. I know I should probably just take a break. To be honest, I'm too stuck in my ways. I wake up and I get straight to the cake. Otherwise, I feel like I'm a mistake. Promise you, I think about it all day. I don't even go and hang with the gang. That's why I can't give it up. I'd rather self-destruct. I don't wanna die alone, but don't wanna fall in love. Cause that's too selfish, I'm way too selfish. Said that's too selfish, I'm way too selfish. I can't go out, not when there's money to make. Music to write, always away
Monday show.
That was 8:15 with Lower Than Dirt, produced by Will the Cook. New artist he decided to work with, Bird. What do you think of the new artist?
I think there's something there, but I will say by the time this ended, I was bored as fuck. and I mean that respectfully, but like I think there's two things I was looking for that just didn't happen on this. I think the artist has a good sound, like he has a cool kind of voice. He like is able to hit melodies like with the production. Yeah, like he was kind of hitting the pockets, but the writing was just super basic. And I was like, gotta make it, take it. It's just like, oh, man, please just work a little harder on saying something interesting. Because otherwise you get to like the 2-minute mark and you're like, is this forever? You know what I mean? It's just so basic. And then I think the other thing that didn't help was like Will the Cook's beat. I like this one and I think it's like a chill vibe, but like this must be one of those like examples of the drumless. Like it's just in the lane of like, oh, it's like vibes, man. I'm like, no. If you had like an actual beat, even like using like I liked all the sounds. I liked what you did here. I just wish there was like actual rhythm to it, you know? Mm-hmm. Like if you had like actual kicks and like even that dunk, dunk, like even that like kind of hollow sound for the snare, fine, okay, but at least like have that driving rhythm in the background versus just kind of leaving it open. And then because it's kind of this open world, the artist is kind of responsible for filling in the gaps. What he filled in the gaps with was just a little too basic to be interesting to me, but it sounded good. So I'll give it a fair 6.5 with a good start to both.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of in the same realm. I think the artist sounded decent enough, but the track itself was very boring. Like there was, even from a production standpoint, it was very simply laid out. There wasn't a lot of variety to the arrangement that we've heard in some of Will's beats. And then the artist himself, there was no real shine or pizzazz in the song itself. It was just kind of like, I found a rhythm, I found a cadence, and I just stuck with it the entirety of the song. So like you said, at 2 minutes in, I'm like, if there's nothing going to change here, I'm totally bored of this. So I was at a 6. Like I feel like there's potential there for the artist, but I just wasn't hearing anything exciting or new or different in this particular song. It's just a song to me at that point. All right. Next up, Wu-Tang.
That's also a lot of pressure to put on yourself. Like, I gotta make it. If I don't make it, what the fuck am I? I'm a piece of shit dirt person. You know, it's like you realize basically no one makes it. So like you have value outside of that, I'm sure.
Yeah, trying to break out of that 99% threshold of people who aren't going to make it is a lot of intensity to put on yourself.
Yeah, maybe smaller goals, step by step.
Maybe say, I got to wake up tomorrow. I got to get a job. Simple things.
That feels targeted. Don't at me, bro.
All right, next up, Wu-Tang, Stronger Than You remix.
Yeah, y'all didn't know we had Wu-Tang on our server? What's up?
Just the off-brand version. It's okay.
It's the brand.
So, what the hell has he got us listening to today?
picture on this beat, and just suddenly it all makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Damn.
All right. That was Wu-Tang with Stronger Than You remix. You know what, Bird? You mentioned it at the start of this, and then like the whole time. I know this is one of the things that you despise about me, but I feel like if he took his production and he just put it over the outro animations from anime, and then just like went on YouTube, and that, you know how Noir does all of his search engine stuff as JID type beat. I feel like if Wu-Tang just took his production and just said renamed like Dragon Ball Z outro or whatever different anime outros, and just put his production over the outro videos from animes, he could probably get a ton of viewers, because that's all that I was imagining while I'm listening to this is like, okay, this is where the credits come on the anime, and I usually hit next episode unless the song's pretty cool and I just listen to it. Yeah. And I feel like this kind of fits that same vibe where like somebody just died, they like got their guts ripped out, and then the outro is them dancing around, and I'm like,
just playing with their guts.
100%. I'm like, this is exactly the same thing that they would do during the outro. So from that perspective, I like this a lot. I give it an 8.
Damn. Okay. Yeah, man. I mean, like I said, like right as it hit and right as we had that kind of like anime picture on there, it was like suddenly it all makes sense, right? Yeah. Like for some reason you put that anime chick there, and you're like, oh, I see the vision. I see what this is. If it was just a black screen and just that song played, I don't think it would hit quite the same way, right? Yeah. And that's kind of the beauty of marketing. That's kind of the beauty of like branding. Yeah, I agree. I kind of enjoyed this, and I think it's, it would be a home run, exactly like you said. Put some anime over this, boom, done. The one thing production-wise that I was thinking, and call me old-fashioned, but I was imagining this with like actual drums, and again, I was like, I think it would be better. I think if it had like a real snare and like a kick pattern to it, like I think it'd be even better. But as is, it's very fun, cartoony. I think 8's. That's where I'm at too.
Yeah. I wonder what kind of traction he gets calling himself Wu-Tang, given that there's already Wu-Tang, if he's gotten copyright.
Internationally famous group.
Yeah. No clashes there, right?
And that's also what hosting thing was it, like a SoundCloud, YouTube? Okay, YouTube.
This is YouTube. What is it? Let me see what his YouTube channel is actually called.
Yeah, because I was like, I have a
called
Spotify Wu-Tang, right?
It's Wu-Tang_Wu.
Oh,
but I mean, I guess he'd still have to get through, the hundreds of thousands of other Wu-Tang stuff before people find him. But I mean, he's leaning into it.
I'd imagine it makes the search algorithms harder, but
yeah, I mean, you search for Wu-Tang, you're gonna get a bunch of Wu-Tang before he even comes up. So I don't know.
And you know what happens when you search Paradise?
You find me.
No, you get anime leg stuff.
No, not yet. Give me another year or so to like beef up. All right. Next up, we've got Side Hood with Ninja. Listen to this with Getting a Headache motherfucker. Or my friend. What up, Universal Cipher? All right. Let's take a listen to this one. No, we have not got to Greyfire yet. We're working our way from top to bottom. Let's see, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Wait, I must have passed it. Probably got about 10 tracks to go before we get to that one. Oh wait, no, you're Greyfire right there. All right, 1, 2, 3. Oh, we got 3 more. Then we'll hit the Greyfire. All right, here's Side HUD with Ninja. Can't be as whack as this. Oh my god. I should just let this play until Bird gets back. You should have to experience this the same as I'm doing. Drums. Yeah, okay. I don't think you can really feel the pain that I'm feeling hearing this through my speakers, Bird. The ending's not so bad. Alright, I've heard enough. Alright, no, I'm not doing it again. That was Side HUD with Ninja. I like the main melodies. I like the change up, midway in and towards the second third of this. I don't like the kick. The kick is peaked out and it's just distorting the whole audio. And then that like very, very, very loud ass synth is just also the same. It's just like loud for no fucking reason. And I say this all the time that this is my personal preference, but I appreciate the musicality of things when it makes sense. And I feel like when things are just loud for no reason, it just feels obnoxious to me. Like, I get it that there's an audience and there's a lane for that type of stuff where people, they're out in the woods, they're on ecstasy and mushrooms, and they just like loud sounds because it makes them feel vibrant and alive. But I don't think musically it makes sense in this. Like, you have a very good melody, you have a good staple of other sounds, and then you just have this very distorted kick and this very distorted synth that just overpowers everything else, and it kind of ruins the feeling to me. It kind of just takes me out of the moment, and I'd rather those things just not be there altogether. If I had to rate everything except for the kick and the synth, I'd probably give this an 8. But with that synth and that kick, I give it a 5. Because I wouldn't listen to this. Hearing those sections, I wouldn't turn this back on again, just because the quality is kind of ruined for me. So that's where I'm at with this. I'm at a 5. Hey, Bird. You're still on mute.
What's up? What's up?
What's up?
Yeah, so you're gonna hate me for this, but I was listening for my phone speaker as I was on the grown man's room, not little boy's room, grown man's room, taking a massive dump. This was great dump music, I think.
I feel like you need to hear it through the headphones to really understand what I'm talking about. Let me rewind it a little bit.
All right. Yeah. Insane, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna destroy your ears with that part, but that was like when I'm sitting here listening to it, it's like, and I'm like, what the fuck?
No, I could hear even through the phone. I was like, well, that's insane. Like, it's crazy because like it's I think all of the sounds are really good, but just way too fucking loud. So the synth that comes in, insane. Like that's what is it? I don't want to say Transformers. I was thinking of like what Quiet Place. I don't know. It's the opposite of the Quiet Place. The fucking monster comes up. It's insane. And you're like, what? Why? Why so loud? And kind of the same thing with the kicks. Like, yeah, especially hearing it through the headphones, you're like, okay, they're peaking. At the same time, like the sounds are good. I think it's a good production. It all works together. Just needs to be normalized volume-wise. So I'll give it a 7 because I like it, and it's a pretty easy fix to just turn down the fucking volume.
I guess so. Maybe I was just being too hard. I didn't like it that much, but whatever. All right. Got a tip from Noir.
So shit, Noir?
Noir. What's up, Noir? Skip ahead to that one real quick.
I gotta listen. I saved his last beat that he showed us last week, and I was like, oh man, I want to listen to this again.
You say that all the time.
I do. Sometimes I do go back to it.
I don't say anything, but like when you sit up here and you lie to the people, like, yeah, I downloaded that, I'm gonna listen again. I'm just like thinking to myself, like, he's not. He's gonna turn off the show and he's gonna like leave his house to go to a bar and he's never gonna remember.
I remember sometimes.
All right, here's Noir with Swag.
Son, the bag's not gonna chase itself.
There's so many links to the show now. Like maybe the chat. Are you linking me? Don't give me all of that. Like Neptune meets Juvenile.
I love that.
I thought you might. That's like right in your lane.
Yeah. think we got that was Noir with Swag. Yeah, the definitely Neptune-ish sounds, but more modern drums, I would say. It's an interesting mix of styles. I like it. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot. I'll say that. I think we've gotten to the point with Noir beats. We're just basically rating it on like preference now and arrangement, because there's always very good mix. There's never really anything off on the mix. I think the issues where sometimes the snare would be a little loud have kind of gone away. So now it's just down to, do we like this one, and how do we feel about the arrangement? I like it. I think the arrangement works. I'll give it a 9.
Yeah, like I was saying, this is juvenile elements to it, meets the Neptunes. Yeah, that weird guitar is very like Pharrell-esque. I like this a lot. There is definitely some good bop to it. You know, I was already thinking of like different cadences to go over it with. I think, you know, there's some sections where it's like, I don't know. I think it's an overall good beat. There was some sections where I was like, I wish there was more going on with it. So I think Universal 9, fucking great beat with just like a little bit of like a hope and a prayer on some of the parts. Like,
is that what you say before you? That's what you say before you go in the booth. Here's a hope and a prayer.
Yeah, and I never get my hopes or my prayers answered. It's just straight dog shit. Whatever comes out of that booth, you're like, what? I hoped and I prayed.
Well,
fuck.
Jesus, if you're listening out there, don't lose your follower in D Bird. Answer some of those prayers and those hopes.
I just need one fire song that's universally liked by everyone, and then I'll be happy.
I feel like Humble is up there. I don't know.
That's pretty good. That's a good one.
It's pretty good. All right. Yeah. Next up, Prosper 247. After that, Tagami, and then after that, Greyfire, Universal Cypher. So, where is this? Switch over here. Here's Prosper 247 for the people.
I just say I love all the pictures.
24/7. For the people, for the people. Yeah, come on. What we doing? People, for the people, for the people. Won't you take a trip with me? Out of town, today bring sticky weed. We might kiss, but baby girl, like I don't even know if you worth all of that or if you putting on the show. To get around the bag, chasing, get down with the money, making nigga, that's a cash, hustling, tripling your digits. Your net worth's looking better every moment that we kick it. What you living for, the paper? No, my people's ballin', never left, so I hit the corner, looking for some trouble with punk coppers, piggies, envy, all this black and brown and power, kings and queens beside me, getting righteous, keep the mask, and so my 44 on me, just like my Bible. If a nigga test me, then most likely he'll be suicidal. From the nightmares coming in the future, God please bless my idol. Mama did a thing, remind you for 7 days, they pray, don't cry for printing paper like the government, that's what they saying, right? If that's illegal, then how is they printing our paper side? I've been known to split the pie and feed them over very large percentages. These vibes are different, fledged emphasis. I be locked in. Every single hit that I rock spit by DJs winners never had a shot. Poof, they gone, wound up lost in the wind from the hurricane. Taught me like a slurricane, I never had to worry at all. I'm blessed cause I put all my faith in God, the one that could really lead the rise. And I'm knowing that the only way to keep on going is to make more paper and to keep on flowing. They just hit cause they motionless, they need our motion and they need our music. Trust we keep ours going when we hustle, huddles, compliment the struggle, all about rebuttals, turning nothing into something, everything's fixable. If you wanna tell the people lies and kill them, fuck you. And so we put on the show for the people that's here. We put on the show for the people that's near. You best not have your motherfucking hands in the air unless you real, unless you real, unless you real. Put them in the air. We on some different different shit over here. So if you scared, then run to the fishes. You're gonna beat the sickness. You're gonna need to tune and listen. 2 days for this instance. And plus it's bad hoes coming around just trying to be submissive. Trying to Hershey kiss on a nigga's chocolate skinned it. If you want a friendship, baby, we could be intimate. When this real exclusive album hits the chart, no tripping then. My wife's playing dodgeball. Music's what I call it. Too committed, losing profit, still ain't tripping. No, I got us. We'll be bringing millions of dollars and willis for my mama. And I promise that Facina will be different. So we put on the show for the people that's here. We put on the show for the people that's near. You best not have your motherfucking hands in the air. Unless you real, unless you real, unless you real, real. Put them in the air. We on some different shit over here. So if you scared, then run to the fishes. You're gonna beat the sickness. You're gonna need to tune and listen. 2 days for this instance.
Unless you go there. Okay, that was Prosper 247 for the people. I have lots of thoughts about this. The song structure is crazy on this. You have a like insanely long first verse, hook, very short verse, hook. Like I think the song structure was the biggest thing that kind of threw me off. Beat choice is dope. Mix wise, your vocals are like too in front of the beat. It's one of those subtle things where you got to keep tweaking the EQ and kind of like dial it back a little bit so that you're not so present that you sound like separate from the beat. Your flow is on the entirety, but there's something about the delivery that just kind of feels like at times robotic, at times like word choice or pronunciation choice feels kind of not off, but like strange. Like, and I understand people have different accents, but like the example that stood out to me is like when you rhyme real with rare, which is a very hard slant to pull off. And I feel like if that's your accent, you should probably avoid it, just because if the lyrics aren't on the screen, I would have no idea that you're rhyming real with rare. And that kind of choices, those kind of choices come with time and like experience. I feel like those kind of things threw me off. But overall, I mean, I think you did a decent job. It's just the main thing, the song structure and the delivery at times kind of just like threw me for a loop. I give it a 6.5.
Yeah, I'm with Dice. I didn't think this was bad. I think that there was some technical aspects where I was like, it's not quite where it needs to be. I think the two things that stood out to me was the hook. The hook was just strangely worded in general.
Yeah.
And I think that if you put a little more emphasis and maybe had some backing layers on the end rhymes, this one for the ones that's real, like kind of had more of a real versus like real in the air, Yeah,
because I thought at first, until the hook repeated itself, I thought this was just like a long free verse.
Yeah. So I think that will make it stand out as like, this is my hook. Boom, this is the rock I stand on. And it like, there are elements of it where it's like, that could be really catchy, but you have to kind of execute it. And the other, like the biggest issue I had with the song was the pronunciation, was the delivery. Like some of these words, it fit within the rhyme, like it fit within the flow, but kind of felt forced the way that you landed it. Like chocolate skin dick, like it's chocolate skinned dick. Like it's, there's just certain ways you say words naturally, and to fit the rhyme and the tempo, to fit the flow, you kind of meshed some of those in and kind of took some shortcuts on the delivery, which made it end up sounding kind of awkward when you said some things. Like in this instance, just kind of felt rushed on some of the delivery aspects. I'd still give it a 6.
Yeah. Get that slurricane.
The slurricane line. That I was going to mention that. I was thinking about that too, where it's like topic wise, kind of all over the place, where it's like, all right, on one hand, you want to talk about, God and your Bible verses. On the other, you're like, somebody must be suicidal if you're stepping to me because I have a gun. I'll fucking shoot you. On the other, it's like, well, this bitch is a hoe and, slob on this knob, slurricane. Like, what are we talking about here? Are you trying to like preach to me, or are you trying to get some fucking head from a streetwalker?
We'll find out on the next adventures of Prosper 247. All right, here's Tagami, Lil Double O, Matt Critter type beat, not active.
Tagami, have you ever made a not Matt Critter beat?
He is not. He is not.
All right.
Tagami.
What's up, Ray Stans, Ricky Akimbo?
What up? What up?
Ricky, 2 guns on the beat, yo. Ooh. Speaking of Akimbo, y'all ever seen Hardcore Henry? That shit's fire. If you haven't seen Hardcore Henry, you gotta. Y'all watch that after this show. Bing, 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 bing. Boom, 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 boom. I can see Matt Critter on this. Matt Critter on the track. Crittering, he's scuttling around, digging through garbage cans, catching with his little raccoon eyes. Hey, you got rappers all over my fucking driveway, you fuck. Stop digging through my garbage, Matt Critter. There's some split up. And then back to the main. My chorus type music. All right, that was Tagami with Lil Double O, Matt Critter type beat, not active. I'll go first. Look, I think this was a solid beat. I liked the 808s. I liked the piano. I liked how everything sounded together. It just needed more variation. I think you have a solid piano line, but that's kind of the same kind of line throughout the whole thing. And I wish there was just even one more, piano part that you could kind of mix in there. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. The whole time, Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Anything. I don't know. That was my big thing, is like it just has one piano through line, sounds cool, but you got to have some other shit in there. So I'd give it a 6.5, just because it's kind of gets repetitive, but all the sounds are there. Just needs more variation.
Yeah, I think we have the same discussion every time we listen to his beats. Is like there's no, it's basically a loop of whatever he does in the first half, and there's never any kind of change ups in it. It's basically like manufactured beats to me, and without that lack of variety, I don't see myself ever really giving his production more than a 7. I feel like this one was okay, but I also kind of landed at a 6.5. Like, it sounds great, it's good, but there's nothing interesting or unique beyond once he lays out the melody and the drum pattern. That's it. It's all that you're gonna get out of this. So it's 6.5 for me. It's a good beat. It just nothing beyond regular production for me.
It's like, what do you think of Matt Critter? Do you think he doesn't have any switch ups? Stock ass Critter.
Based on that name, doubt it. Doubt it. All right. Next up, Greyfire. Heavy.
Oh shit. Greyfire, formerly known as Tenfold. Shout the fuck out. Glad you came through, my friend. Excited to hear the new music.
It was Universal Cypher on the Twitch chat.
Here we
take a
go.
listen.
In the year 2179, in a place where robots live as humans, a new battlefield erupts.
Yo, we're trying to make a difference, but we're running out of time. In the future, they'll be seeing bullets bucking out the rhyme. How can we define the action when we design the havoc, strapped in and driven to the brink of dire madness? Welcome to a world consumed by a savage passion, where a casket signifies the mark of legendary status. Men in black man the boards, producing the parameters of a spectacular mass murder and music massacre. In battle with ambassadors of vascular vernacular, who keep the flow moving underground like an aquifer. Chancellors of unified knowledge know the process and work to educate against the doom of nigh progress. Defy logic with the tutelage that all this fabric, space and time exist in a universe that's holographic. Call it magic, reach out and touch the infinite. As soon as you can feel it, it will unravel your fingertips. Many sleep within the bounds of this philosophy that life is just a faded journey through religious prophecy, but never have the chance to understand the other hand, where one cannot predict the road they travel to the motherland. Come and stand at the precipice of all we know and glance over the edge into the mysteries that rest below. You have questions, dive in and find the answers, those that exist beyond the clutch of who provide the standards, and routines that contribute to a mindless cancer. Break free and orchestrate the plans for your final transfer. And this is how we all connect to the end of it, through a kaleidoscope of lies and hope blended in. We chronicle the semblance and say it's a new theorem. Diabolical penmanship displayed as a truth serum. You hear him in blackout, wake up feeling different. Thought it was all a dream, but wonder, how real is it? Exquisite mind states manifest the ego bright, intricately bend and twist the emphasis of evil's plight. But somehow, none of us are rolling equal dice, living to figure out we can't be the same people twice. Learn from it, we don't learn from it and trust no one. Know the truth when the curtains close and the show's done. Behind the scenes, hell beneath sensitive secrecy, scientists modify DNA with negative frequencies. Thought crimes got the whole world thinking illegally. These beats got me breaking the law repeatedly. I'm feeling the pressure, peeling back the dark layers, caught between man and machine like Darth Vader, scarred by intuition and predictable patterns, that it's all a vicious cycle to teach us what we haven't learned. Turn your TVs off and spread the news that you severed the deadly loop and straighten out the bend of truth. Get the scoop from a higher intelligence, a signal to your brain to vibrate your whole skeleton. Now that you know the light's on for your amazement, you now see the program language behind the matrix. Greatness perceived no means to an end, when you're only fighting against the beliefs in your head. For it all to go away, become one with your soul. You can now see it all like nothing you've ever known, and hold yourself responsible that you're the person ready to wake the fucking world up and bear the burden. Heavy.
Rob, we did not skip your song. Did you even post a song? You jerk. All right, that was Greyfire with Heavy. All right.
I saw you continue to check the time, and I'm sorry.
I'm gonna be honest. This isn't for me. This isn't a track for me. It's a 3-minute long free verse, right? So, you know, in terms of listenability, it's only meant for people who like bar heavy songs. Like, it's not. This isn't like a everyman song. This isn't like a microwave dinner song where you can go in the frozen aisle, grab a couple here, grab a couple there off the shelf, and then just pop it in the microwave. Like, you have to be looking for this kind of content. I think the lyrics were dope. I mean, the rhymes that he had were on point. However, it's just excessive. Like, there's no change up. It's just bar after bar after bar, which is why I say, like, it's not for me. Like, I'm not the audience that's going to be just wanting to hear 3 minutes of bar after bar after bar. Like, there are lines in there that are intriguing and interesting, but at some point, the musicality wanted to kick in for me. I wanted that to kick in at some point. So, you know, that's just my perspective on the song. Video quality was dope in contrast to the microphone quality. So Not sure if you're still using, just a basic microphone or whatnot, but that was probably the most drastic thing. Is you got this clear, polished video, and then basically it sounded like we were listening to what's his name, Mike Tyson. This guy we just banned.
Modern Day McConaughey.
Modern Day McConaughey. That's exactly what it reminded me of listening to. Is like, oh man, if he was still in the Discord, you two would probably like shake hands and dap each other up, because this seems like a song that he would make.
Well, actually, and I think of Spectre One as well.
Spectre, yeah. Loaded or RIP Lux, yeah.
Rip Lux, yeah. Like that would be a hell of a collaboration.
Yeah, so there's definitely people, like Ray stands in here who would love like these lyric heavy rapidy raps. For me, I objectively would give it a 7, because there's a lot of strong writing here, but sonically it's just, it hits a plateau and it just stays there the rest of the song.
I knew you were gonna hate it. I knew once there was no chorus. Well,
hate is a strong word,
but especially as you kept on checking, I was like, "Oh, it's because he's continued to rap."
Well, because I'm like listening for the song structure here.
Yeah, look, I'll just tell you that I like this a lot. This was super fucking dope. I am, as opposed to Dice, somebody who loves rapidy raps, bar heavy shit. I think this is like, really polished writing flow, like all of that was there. Caught between man and machine, like Darth Vader, the flow underground like an aquifer. Like there was a lot of great writing in here, and the flow was just so seamless. But that was going to be, Chad already said it, that was going to be kind of my feedback, is like I wish there was even a fucking just break. If there was just like one little break in between the long rapidy raps, I think it could kind of hit that refresh button and then keep it like still interesting. Ideally, it would have a chorus, right, to tie it all together. That's just there is a place for 3-minute free verses. I just feel like this could be such a stronger song with a chorus, right? That being said, great writing, great flow. The quality, I do kind of agree with Dice on that front, where it's like it sounded like the S's and some of the T's were hitting a little harsh. So again, not sure what the setup is, but if that's the mix or if that's the equipment, not sure. But just, if I was being nitpicky, I think that would be kind of the thing I would hone in on, is just the quality and maybe like the de-esser that's needed. But solid shit all around, and I loved the music video too. I'm gonna give it an 8.5.
8.5. High regards from Bert. Yeah, and that was one thing that I was gonna ask, is like, because it felt like old writing, and that makes sense when you say it was something from 12 years ago. Because I was like, I feel like this, it reminds me of stuff that I heard a lot back then. And that was kind of what hung in my head, but I forgot to ask that as well.
I mean, I fucking love to see it. So, for anyone who doesn't know, for anyone who wasn't around, the forums back in the early 2000s, 2001, Tenfold was that guy. He was like dropping songs left and right. Every time I was like, oh shit, this is just an internet person just like me. And look how good he's doing. It's like that pure raw underground sound. I love that shit. And the fact that you're bringing it into 2025 still with the same energy, the same, like there's a lot of building blocks from those forums where we kind of learned how to craft bars and learned how to, put songs together. I love to see that it's still coming out in 2025 and that you're still making music.
You know who would love this song? Joe Boston.
Actually, yeah, dude. If he learns that Tenfold was on the show, he'd shit his pants. Oh, from the forums, forums.
Yeah, quite literally would shit his pants.
He'd have to go clean.
And then after that, he would challenge him to a battle, and then crash out after he loses.
But yeah, we got some old forum heads, Cody Nash, Loose Logic, a lot of people from back in the days still making music, and you can kind of hear in the writing, like there was just a certain level that you had to be on, otherwise you'd get ridiculed mercilessly.
We still get ridiculed mercilessly.
That's true.
All right. Next up, Tokes, Representado. Tokes, I'm going to say it before I even press play on this. This is going to be some essay music, some street violence involved. You got your homies on here. 2 of them are going to sound decent. You're probably one of them. The other guy's going to be like shaky on the flow. I need more out of you, Tokes. But we'll listen. Here's Representado featuring.
I just need them all to be like volume wise. Like,
yeah, one person's volume is gonna be up here, the other one's gonna be down here. Like, come on, I want more solo Tokes. I gotta get out of these like weird collaborations that you do. All right, here's the vatos. Here's Da D3, Ese Teco, and Ese Pelon Lacote. I think I got that right.
Nailed it.
Good beat.
Oh shit! Great beat. Right off the bat, we're like 10. Only going down from here.
Got the G Funk. Here we go. Standard.
What could you possibly be recording on to sound like that?
Southside, blue bag, that hell yeah. Wanna know why? Gone off a pill, wanna homie grip still. Fuck how you feel. I ain't trying to hear it for real. Motherfucker always thugging up since the
Of course you do, great baby.
Yeah, trying to flip a bitch, trying to flip a brick.
You know any good guys?
I'll look around and see. I mean, I tell people this all the time. I use stock plugins in Pro Tools, so whatever the stock de-esser in there, I believe it's made by Air. I think they might have a free pack of plugins, but I'll go browse around while we're listening to this, and I'll drop some links. Of course, yeah, G baby. Of course you like this. It speaks to your Mexican heritage.
I think it's also worth saying, like, in the Discord itself, we have a ton of great producers, a ton of great engineers, some who do mixes for free, some who, can kind of point you in the right direction. Maybe we can give you some free
for the West Coast, and we're bringing to the party all the best hoes. That's right, they call me as a Deco, and we're bringing to the streets all the best flows. Southside, never fucking hiding. Bitches talking shit, but they never be about it. Crazy California, and you know we run up on your crystal blue rags. Better look over your shoulder. My crazy fucking homies, they be riding with a tool. Mic check, motherfucker, you don't know me. Keep a fucking picture when you come around the skies, cause we never really play, and we're here to bring the violence. Es de va en español, pinche vato maricón. Te sientes muy chingón, pero estás en tu cantón. What? Siempre estás en tu cantón. Pinche vato maricón. Southside, 1-3.
A la verga con el resto, ese pelón locote en corto me manifiesto con algo siniestro. Si no lo sabes, aquí te lo demuestro. Hey, qué rollo, flow pandillero, te degollo. Me mando directo para el hoyo, te callo. Soy más peligroso que un rayo, ritmo criminal, no hay ensayo rival. La mierda que me tiren me da igual, yo sigo en lo mío normal y no me detengo. Orgulloso de donde vengo, lo que digo lo sostengo. Real hasta la muerte me mantengo. Agarrando flecha, derecha la flecha, Simón hasta la fecha, con la misma percha, andamos firmesotes, de varias chavalas el azote, pa' 2-3 jainitas pa' pasote, sáquese las pinguas y las bamas pa' el rebote, no creo que me sigas el trote, Simón representando ese pelón locote, mija, quítese el escote que le voy, soy un pinche bad boy, destroy, a la verga los chapetes, un saludo a los homeboys, Simón, a la verga con el resto, este pelón locote en corto me manifiesto, con algo siniestro, Simón, ese pinche pelón locote, ese Toques, ese Teco, Durango, Califa, ya se la saben, raza, yeah.
That was Tokes with Representado with his homies. Tokes, I think you and the last guy sounded the best on this. Like I said, I think a couple songs ago, I think your flow has improved tremendously. Now that you no longer associate yourself with Little Garfield and the likes, I think working with the people that you're familiar with is breathing fresh air into your delivery. Maybe you're taking some notes on the stuff that, you know, we've been telling you, but I think that you really improved as far as your flow and how you deliver things. I still think the biggest challenge when you do these group collaborations is just the quality. Like everybody sounds like they're recording on a different $20 microphone. And I feel like if you guys just like really like sit in the pocket, save up like $150, you can get a pretty decent microphone and it will go a long way to making these songs sound much, much better. That's always my biggest drawback from you guys' songs is everybody's like volume wise at different levels. One guy sounds like he's rapping like this, another guy sounds like he's rapping far away. Like it's just a whole bunch of variety of shit that is easily fixable. So dope beat choice. Everybody flowed pretty decently. It's just the presentation is what's lacking to me. I'll give it a 6.
I think you nailed it on the head. There's not much more to say than that. You know, I loved the, you know, old school Dog Pound gangster type feel. It was like, oh yeah, a little nostalgia. Got Gray Baby going nuts in the chat, probably bopping her shoulders, you know.
She's got her gat in the air.
Yeah. At the same time, yeah, it's the quality, man. Like, especially when you have all these group projects and everyone brings just a different problem to it, you know, it's just like, oh, now each person had a unique problem that they brought to this beat. And I, like I said, I wish you had just like, okay, here is the one microphone we're all going to use. And I think that's would make it a lot easier to have just a uniform sounding collaboration.
Yeah,
I'll give it a 6 too. Like, I don't think it's bad. And I think Tokes is definitely improving.
Yeah, and like it's interesting how we can go from like Grey Wolf, who's got like these intricate bar heavy lyrics, to something like this, and it's not like we're knocking people for not being like overly, you know, heavy with the lyrics. Like we've heard enough Tokes to know like, okay, he's not gonna give us like double entendres and metaphors and shit, but we still appreciate his music. We like appreciate the sonics of it and like the vibe that he gives off. So, you know, it's just a matter of like, okay, what can you do to make it better? Get a better microphone. That's it.
Universal Cipher above in the chat. I don't know if you saw, but he posted a DS or bestfreeplugins.com. Did you see that in the chat?
Yeah, if you I'll post it again. Still got it pasted. Check out that the very first one on there. I looked through it's got like 4 plugins there. The very first one on there looks probably the most suitable to me. And for anybody who does try to go in there and use de-essers, the main thing to be cautious of is don't over de-ess, because then it'll make the vocals sound like you have a lisp. So you want just like a subtle like clip on it. That way it like captures that sibilance and, you know, smooths it out, but don't overdo it, because then you'll just sound like you have chop in your tongue. Let's talk like this.
One time I was out at a bar and we crashed a buddy's first date with a stripper who had a snake tongue just right down the middle. She snipped it, and like we were like, what? And she was like playing with it, and it was just the wildest shit. Fun to look at. Also like insane. I don't know, like, would that bug you, or were you just like, eh?
Bug me is if I like interested in the person or just like casual conversation with them.
Could you date exclusively, like we are boyfriend and girlfriend, a girl with a snake tongue?
They would have to have like the most awesome personality and like clean up after themselves and like be like the apple of my eye. I'd have to be smitten.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'd have to be like, oh my god, this girl is perfect. She just has a snake tongue.
It's like she a 10, but got a snake tongue.
Pretty much, like everything else about her is great. I absolutely adore
Mhm.
her. I'm like cartoons. I'm like holding my hands together and like tapping my feet and like jumping in the air. Like, but she has a snake tongue.
That's kind of a fun, yeah. That's kind of a fun game.
I'm stuck on this. You know the app Threads that Instagram
Yeah.
Facebook created.
Yeah.
So I've been like trying active on there, and I posted this past week. I feel like it's presenting me this certain algorithm of women that I see. They're always like fair skinned, like lighter toned, dark hair, 1 or 2 arm with tattoos, recently getting out of a relationship, so they're like talking about their ex and all this other stuff. Septum piercing. Maybe snake tongue is next on my algorithm. I don't know why it keeps presenting me the same type of woman. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? What does it think that I want? Like, does it think that I'm waiting for these recently broken up people to follow them? I'm like, I'm not following these people.
Oh,
Crazy.
poor baby, you sad? Come cry on daddy's lap.
Yeah,
That's nice.
It's like, and all I'm doing is reading like the comments of like the hopeless men, like the 40 and 50-year-old men who are like, oh yeah, baby, I'll take care of you. I'm like, look at this loser. I'm not gonna be
Not
out there.
that, yeah.
Yeah.
Don't you hate that? Like, grandpa, get off the internet. What are you doing commenting on that 20-year-old Instagram model's post? Get off the internet, grandpa.
Man, and I'm like, dude, on Instagram it's even worse because I'm like, God, dudes, she has like 200,000 followers. She follows 10 people. She does not give a shit about your comment under one of her 800 pictures. I promise you, she is not looking in the comments trying to find somebody to hook up with.
There was a comedian that had a funny bit where he's like, Instagram tells on your friends, it narcs on your friends for being horny. Where you're like, you get the model popping up, and it's like, oh, liked by 1,000 people, and Dan. It's like, oh, Dan, okay.
Ask Gray Baby. I did that shit to her the other day. I'm like scrolling through my degenerate, reels that it offers me, and I'm like, oh, liked by Gray Baby. So I forward it. Ask Rogue and Gray Baby. I forward it to the people that like it. And I'm like, why did you like this? Just curious.
Stop.
I don't know. I mean, it's there. It says so and so and so and so like this, and 800 other people. If your name's first, I'm asking the question. I'm asking. I got to see.
Fair question.
It's funny. I don't know. Sorry to derail. I don't know what the line across here. So I have this friend that I used to work with, and she has this daughter. The daughter is now becoming like one of those people in adulthood. Like she's just graduated high school. She's like 18. And then I happen to follow her because I know I've watched her grow up, and she's starting to like things that are degenerate stuff. And I'm like,
going down the wrong path.
I'm like, it's funny, but like, do I do the same thing that I do to my other friends? Like, hey, why did you like this video? And that's like hashtag pussy pop. It's something that she puts on her post, but she posted. I'm like, am I crossing a line? I'm staying out of that one.
Stay far away from that. Yeah, I think so.
Should I ask my friend, hey, why is your daughter posting like hashtag pussy pop? Or should I just, let her be a kid?
That happened to one of my buddies. He's like, mid-30s, friends with somebody, grew up with like this person's daughter or whatever. She became an adult and is now kind of like, and like every photo is just her being a total skank, a skonka, if you will. A total skonka. And he reached out to like his friend, like, I don't know if I can follow your daughter anymore.
I mean, I'll be fair. Like, she's at least not that type of, degenerate. She's just, the things that she likes is like, okay, you have a very good sense of humor. However, I can't say anything to you about that because it feels wrong. I feel like we shouldn't be interacting in that way. So I'm like, I just observe and I just forward the stuff to Gray Baby, and I'm like, Gray Baby, why did you like this? Tell me that.
I do like it. Yeah.
All right. Next up, Brian the producer. Trap type beat. Heist.
Yeah.
Gray Baby, have you ever been on a heist? Yes or no? Close it down to Q. Yes. That's all we need to know.
Yo, Brian, turn it on.
What up, Swag?
Real Swag Lean. Everything's good, brother.
Right, I think we've gathered it. I like this. It does have, just some basic elements as far as the arrangement. I'll put it like this. If I had to rank the people who just kind of do like manufactured beats, and I'm not saying Brian, the producer, is, I've heard some good stuff from him before, but I definitely feel like this is just like, all right, here's the melody, here's the hook, copy paste. I would rank Brian more consistent than Tagami, because I feel like Brian has at least some elements to his beat where it feels like I'm going to listen to something new every time. Whereas Tagami, as we've seen, everything is a Matt Critter type beat. So if I had to give some like direction to Tagami, I'd say be more expansive in your sound range. And for Brian, I would say like this is a good example of like if you're one of those producers who's trying to build up your backlog for just people to browse through and maybe they'll find something that they like, this is a good thing to have in there. And like then you move on to the next one. I don't mind this at all. I give it a 7.5.
Yeah, I mean it's simple, straightforward, good variation. Like the sounds sound good. Like I have no issues with it other than like I don't know how to describe this other than like it's kind of what you expect for that type of a beat, right? Like it's just all of the sounds are put together well, but it also feels like something I've heard 1,000 times before. So good job for making this type of beat feel like this type of beat. There's some elements of genericness to it, but also that can be seen as a good thing if this is the type of beat you're looking for. So yeah, I'd give it an 8.
All right. Got a tip or a gifted sub from Real Swag Lean. So we're going to skip ahead to that. Shout out to him. Swag, is this your yep, this is that intro track that he made for this round of the Square Up League. It's called Dynamic. Swag, we took a little preview before just out of curiosity. We're going to listen to the full thing. We may have some thoughts and some feedbacks for you on this track, but not
as many thoughts as Swag Lean has. Hey.
Let's let Gray Baby give you some input on this one as well. Here is Swag Lean with Dynamic.
Hit 'em up, yeah.
Little bitch tryna ride my dick, so I glean in the bitch. Yeah, I'm way too rich. I could buy this bitch and sell this bitch. I fuck a bitch raw, so don't want no kids. Ain't posting no guns. I really be sliding. He tweeting emotions. I'm moving in silence. I've been at the top. Y'all sleeping on me like a mattress. I'm passive. Y'all fucking with me. Don't need me a rubber. I fuck a bitch raw. She red like a Benz. Don't sleep on the bra. And nut on the track. My dick in a jaw. He texting the sweets. He sucking my flaws. Head in the whip while I'm cutting deposits. Head full of sins. Dick in her conscience. Capping, I'm lying. Pull up and pop it. Keep trying to fuck. I'm not being modest. Chase on my neck. I don't wet off a glance. Ask him a whisk. I ain't asked for no dance. He covering the hoe. I just fucking advance. But stroke got her thinking I'm training in France. She gagging the tip, then posted a flick. I slide in her DMs and slide in her click. I'm fucking the game, you can't even lick. So many hoes, I can't even pick. Holla, ayy. I'm just trying to get rich in a bitch, ayy. I'm just trying to get rich in a bitch, ayy. What the fuck I gotta do to get rich in a bitch, ayy?
This is a certified hood classic.
These bitches are hating on swag. 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 Shout out there. 40-ounce ring, 24 karat gold. I could buy a bitch a world if she fit the mold. I'ma make a bitch dance like she on a pole. Bitch asking for a chance, but she solo soul. Doubling cups, all the ones that I trust, I won't ever go switch, yeah, it's never enough. I go back and forth with the thoughts on my head, think about shit that I said, yeah, I can't even trust. I got blood on my hands, I got blood on my pants, I got bitches that kiss me and get in my pants just to get in a band off the rip like a band-aid. Work that I had paid, something I can't say. Bitches be tripping, they act like a matinee. In the kitchen, cooking up like a pantry. Think it's sweet, I ain't talking about candy. Fuck a bitch, yeah, I think her name Tammy. Bad bitch, yeah, she gave me a handy. How I'm doing, yeah, I told that bitch dandy. Fuck on the beach, dick getting sandy. Fuck a bitch in the back of a Camry. Holla, I'm way too high. Holla, I'm up in the sky. Holla, this bitch telling lies. Yo bitch in my eyes, I make her ass cry. I'm fucking this bitch and I don't need to try.
Oh, one more beat.
Man, I'm in the bag with it. Yeah,
it's working.
I was like, I can't do 2 beats to go over. This is hard.
Breaking down on my knees, baby, please, yeah, the weight of the world, yeah, it's too much on me. Just to be a man, I'll admit I was wrong, and I'll work on the stress that be hanging on me. I've been yelling for days, baby, answer my pleas. Texting my ex, I've been spreading my seed. To other gardens, I've been guarding my mind like a castle, just come save me, please. Stressing all night, yeah, the dead on my mind, it ain't nothing compared to the guilt that's inside. I've been led astray, I feel compromised. The bed that I laid is layered in lies. I'm praying for better days just to come this way, cause I need to be cleansed. I'm rocking pot and I made all these outlets, but feel like I'm losing my sense.
Hey. That was Swag Lean with Dynamic.
Dynamic. That's a good word for it.
Very good word for it. Look, I will say this. I like the second section the best. I like the beat and I like the approach that you took on that one. The third one was also cool. The flow in the first intro was, I think you kept up with it. Like timing wise, I think you hit where you needed to hit throughout the track, 98% of the time. Mix wise, I feel like the vocals were like a little loud or like just a little bit too present in front. So some adjustment in the EQ. And then just overall, I'll say this. I think you need to find another word other than bitch to rely on. Like, I feel like every other line or every line at some point had the word bitch in it. Not that I don't like bitches, but at the same time, I feel like it's just excessive. Like, I feel like you can use more words in your vocabulary to say the things that you want to say without having to use that same word so much. Like I think even all the lines would even work if you just didn't use that same word in every single line. I think that's probably the biggest drawback of this is it makes the vocabulary basic. Like even if you have like, let's say that this track, for example, had 40 lines in it, and each line was uniquely different about a different thing that you did with women. But if you use bitch in all 40 lines, it just feels like, okay, well, this guy didn't try. And you did try. Like there's different things that happen throughout this whole song, but the fact that bitch happens like 20, 30 times, it makes it feel like lazy writing as opposed to like you had clever lines that should stand out more. And I think that's the thing that stood out to me the most is like, I wish that you had different vocabulary in place of that would support what you did throughout the song. We'll definitely probably have to figure out a usable section if this is going to be the intro. I'll give this a 7.
Yeah, I liked how you approached the flow. I think you're kind of in your bag when you're like going fast. Like I think you have the ability to do double time pretty well. And I think, you know, it kind of, the first part was kind of the boppiest kind of fun part of it, but kind of like Dice says, you know, one of my favorite artists, Atmosphere, mentioned that swear words are kind of a crutch, right? They're like filler words. It's just another kind of syllable to put in if you can't really have the vocabulary to like form a sentence without it, right? I think doing it on purpose and being like, yeah, I'm using the word bitch because I'm talking about bitches and I'm trying to be funny and like whatever, sure. But also like when it happens over and over and over again, it's like, oh, it's just like a filler word for you. And like Dice says, it kind of comes off like you're not trying, right? So I think that's something to think about is like the lines would hit harder, even if you're talking about bitches and kind of being funny with it, like fucking on the beach, your dick's getting sandy, like comes off better when you're not like, I fucked this bitch and this bitch made my dick sandy, bitch. You know, yeah. Like that's the difference. The only other thing I'd say, like just as a general, I was trying to figure out like the flow was on, but there was something about the delivery that I was just like, I wonder what it is. And I would say it feels performative a little bit. Like I would love to figure out what does Swaglean's natural voice sound like, right? Like it almost feels like you're putting on a character in order to rap, and you're like putting on like this bitch this character where it's like, I wonder if it would sound more natural, even if you are bitch this, bitch thatting, what does the natural voice sound like when you're talking about it, right? Versus like, it feels almost like a caricature of a rapper. So that's something I was wondering. But I will say that a lot of the technicalities, you got very cool beat switches. I think all of the transitions happen seamlessly, and you know, there's definitely parts of this to like a lot. So I think seven's fair.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely will say this, like from the songs that you started playing for us to the stuff that you've been making recently, I definitely see some improvement. And like, that's why I wanted to emphasize, like, I do feel like you're putting in the work, and I just feel like the vocabulary is what's holding you back, because somebody who may not be familiar with your backlog, they might listen to this and be like, oh, all this guy says is the same words over and over again. Like, where's the effort done? And I can hear there's effort in there. It's just like making sure there's more variety in how you say things will go a long way.
Yeah, like, I mean, there's a reason that everyone was kind of gravitating to, like, I could stick a fish stick in her ass if I wanted to, right? Because it's just kind of funny, and it's like creative. No one said that before, right? Versus like, this bitch, her name's Tammy. This bitch, you know, Sammy.
Give me whammy.
Yeah, like all right. It's almost like a paint by numbers.
Yep. All right. Klepto, you did not miss anything. We are about to play Need That by Kleptoman next. Just in time. Look, you said you'll be here 11 to 12. skip you. No, we're not skipping you. We're playing you right now.
How could we ever skip the Kleptoman?
Right? Here's Kleptoman with Need That.
Give me that, yo. Okay.
I need that. Blue white bitch on deep pot, fill it, teapot to left. Blue white bitch on deep pot, fill it, teapot to left.
Switch.
On deep pots, fill it, teapot, 2 left feet, then Reebok. Shawty did freelance, now she a bitch on deep pots, fill it, teapot, 2 left feet, then Reebok. Shawty did freelance, now she a bitch on deep pots, blue white bitch on deep pots, fill it, teapot, 2 left feet.
Try again.
Teapot, 2 left feet, then Reebok. Shawty did freelance, now she a free thot. Should've never let that bitch alone with my seat. My that bitch skip pit, popping in my Reeboks. Talking about a detox, missing like a beatbox. All grown up, bitch, looking like Salute, not that booty. I need that. Teapot, 2 left feet, then Reebok. Should've never let that bitch alone with my seat. I need that blue white bitch on Depop, fill it, teapot, 2 left. On Depop, fill it, teapot, 2 left feet, then Reebok. Shawty did freelance, now she a free thot. Should've never let that bitch alone with my seat. Mine's not a bitch skip pit, popping in my Reeboks. Talking about a detox, pussy like a beatbox. All grown up, bitch, looking like Salute, not that booty. I need that.
Right, it was Kleptoman with Need That. I'll say this. I think in contrast to, what did we hear earlier? I forgot who that was earlier with the loud ass kick and the loud ass synth. I think that you play the loud parts well because they're not like excessively loud to the point of ruining the quality of the song. I like this. I think that second transition where you like played out the full sample into going from the slow section back up to the fast section was dope. I think overall this was quality. The one thing that I will say, which I feel like is probably more of a pattern that I'm starting to notice with like the vocal samples, there's like a fine line between overusing things and then like using them in the right moments. And I'm not saying on this necessarily that the vocal sample was overused, but I feel like there could be less usage of it and still hit the same feeling and the same marks. Like I feel like at some point the vocal sample just never left, if not just for like a brief few seconds here and there. And I feel like you can find like those fine little pockets where like, okay, let me drop it in there versus just letting like the other things that you're doing with the production speak for itself. So maybe like in future productions, like you can find that balance of like, I found this dope chop, this dope sample that I'm going to build a beat around and emphasize that versus like just having that like constantly throughout. And I feel like, not that it necessarily took away from this particular track, but I feel like there could have been moments where you didn't have it like playing so much and still hit that same feeling and that same vibe. That said, I'll still give this I'll give it 7.5. Like I liked everything else about it.
Man, that's way too low in my book for that banger. Come on, man. Klepto. Come on, Bob. Look, that was fucking fun.
I feel like there was other moments where like, okay, some of the sounds are like, there's too many things going on. Like, I feel like there's some subtle, and it's weird. It's like there's not anything wrong with this, but it feels like there's like subtle tweaks of like, okay, take out one sound here, take out the sample here. That would go a long way. Like I feel like he's just busybody mentally, and like maybe it's ADHD like in production of like, I want to hear all the things happening. That's just the subtle things that I'm hearing.
Yeah. As far as the subtleties, I do kind of agree with some of Dice's points. Like this was, let's start with the bass line. This was fucking fun. I liked it. I was bopping around. I was having fun. The sample, I do think you could be a little bit more strategic and selective with when to bring it in. I loved, like, it kind of teases it a little bit in the beginning. When it hits that slow and she's going, it's like perfect. It does lead nicely into the fast part. I do think by the time it came in like the third time, like I wished it was a different sample or just not there at all. Like it kind of felt like it was overused by the third time it came in. At the same time, as far as sample selection, you know, I've heard all sorts of samples on this. One of them was the worst Kanye song I've ever fucking heard in my life. So if you're going to do other artists' vocals and put them onto your beat, make sure they're fun and interesting. Make sure their flow matches the BPM. I think you did that fine. So I'm going to give this a solid 8.5. 8.75. I want to give it a 9. It's almost there. A lot of fun throughout with just some slight nuances I wish were different.
Yeah, it's a fun track. I'm not taking away from that. I've heard, like, yeah, it's not my genre, but like I've heard worse.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't bad.
I mean, we hear all sorts of shit.
Yeah.
Doing what we do.
Shout out Klepto. All right, next up, Lil Spacey. Bag for Real. We heard this, Lil Spacey. Unless you change something. February 11th. Yeah, this looks like the same shit. I mean, we'll listen to like a minute of it, but we heard this. I think we liked it. It was just...
Man, for real. I'm on my bed for real. I really been in my bed for real. I'm on my bed for real. I really been in my bed for real. I'm on my bed for real. I really been in my bed for real. I'm on my bed for real. I really been in my bed for real. I'm in my bag for real. I really been in my bag for real. I'm in my bag for real. I really been in my bag for real. I'm in my bag for real. I really been in my bag for real. All I know is now, ain't no slowing down. I'll be showing out, I won't show them how. They try to go around us, they go out of bounds. I just turn my sound up, I can tune them out. I'm in my bag for real, don't got time to be sad for real. I don't use pen and no pad for real. I just spit off the head for real. I let my women be bad for real, but they really want what I have for real. I'm in my vision the past for real, I really been in my bag for real. Man, for real, I'm in my bag for real. I really been in my bag for real.
Yeah, we heard this before. We liked it. I think we just ended up that the Bag for Real part was super repetitive, especially towards the end. But everything else, I think we really liked about that song.
Yeah, I mean, I don't remember what I said initially, but on this listen and kind of remembering some of it was like, yeah, the second I'm in my bag for real, where you have that higher layer, it's not enough of a differentiator to really feel like it made sense to go in again, right? It just feels like the chorus is way too long. So I suggested getting that second half of it out. Just you're in your bag for real. Boom. That's good. Go into the verses. The verses lyrically kind of simple, but they sound good. The artist sounds good on it. I do wish there was a little bit more there lyrically, but not a bad song.
Yeah. All right. Next up, Endless Grudge. This is called Broken.
Endless Grudge.
It's an interesting name. Take a listen.
Yeah. My grudges are like real quick. Like you blink and then I'm already over it. Broken.
I'm running like a stolen. Fuck a touch
Every velvet's gonna be broken, bitch.
Really like that. Oh, AM, and I'm tryna die bad. Shorty like me, and I like it real bad. Tell me all the things I ain't even mean to ask. They don't have a bone, no, I got a taste for it. It just end up in my pocket, I ain't paying for it. They don't know me, if they did, they probably hate me for it.
He's in his bag for real. He's in his bag for real.
All right, that was Broken by Endless Grudge. You feeling broken after that, Bird?
Dude, didn't have sex with me. I'm not broken. Anybody that had sex with him, though, yeah, you're broken. Shattered. Something about that line is just so funny, where it's like, does that sound good? You want to get broken? Come on over later. It's just like, wait, so you're saying I won't be able to walk? Like I have to take time off of my job to heal?
I need to go to the urgent care.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna wheel you out in a wheelchair. Write these down, Swagleen. I think this was fucking fire. There are like technical bits of this where it's like there's pieces of the instrumental that felt a little muddy, like the piano felt a little muddy sometimes, and for whatever reason, like it sounded good quality, but I wish the vocals were just a little bit more present. It was just a little bit buried underneath the beat. So I would just say from a technical standpoint, like you crushed it, but I wish the volume and the vocals were just a little bit more present on that one. I'd still give it a 9 with a solid showing.
Oh, okay. Well, might need to change.
You weren't anywhere in that neighborhood, were you?
No, it was a couple blocks away. Yeah, I think the vocals could have been a little bit more present. The other things that stood out to me was there like some parts where you just weren't doing anything vocally and the beat just kind of played for a few seconds, and I felt like those parts could have been filled out a little bit better. I don't know. I like the vibe of the song. It's just missing some like slight nuances here and there to like kind of bring out the energy a little bit more. And maybe it's just like the lack of clarity in the vocals, like Bird said, maybe the vocals just needed to be a little bit more present. But I think overall it kind of like made me feel a little bit more distant from the track in general. And then when it had like those gaps of you just not doing anything and I had to wait a few seconds of beat before you came back in, it kind of felt like some little technical things that could be cleaned up. But I still thought it was like good sounding overall. I just wasn't at the range that Bird is at. I was more like a 7.5.
It's fair. Your numbers are your numbers. I know mine is very subjective from just like how it made me feel inside. I was like, yeah, there's some technical stuff, but he said he's gonna fuck her till she's broken. So something about that speaks to me.
Next up is Doc, aka Dirty, the Dirtiest EP. Okay.
Dirtiest.
Any of these songs stand out to you? We got Stupid Song, Bamboozled Part 1, Dirty's Revenge, Bamboozled Part 2, Fuck It, Dirty the Drunk Skit, not gonna listen to that, and then I Can't Stand It.
I was gonna say the opposite. I was like, I want to hear the skit and I want to hear number 1. What is it? Stupid Song. want to see how stupid that song is.
Okay, well, let me
It's
find
like a
this one.
21-second skit, and I'm like, I wonder if he's like just recording himself drunk, just rambling, because I'd love that.
All right, let me see if I can pull this up on the good old YouTubes so that I don't have to watch my screen flicker.
Smart.
Dirty.
Dirt. I am.
Dirtyest. Okay. Not finding it so far.
DIRTI. The DIRTIST.
Let me try a different approach. Dirty. The stupid song.
Huh.
Maybe it's not on YouTube. Oh, here we go. We found it. All right.
Oh.
See if I can find the. Where the hell did it go?
What the fuck?
All right. I'll see if I can find the skit.
It's got a Detroit hat. That was one of my prized possessions when I was a 7th grader.
I didn't give a fuck about being freak. I'm being brought forth as in every freak. Hitting on me might be a serious crime. I am terrorist, must have hurt the mind. Chrissy, I'm sorry for ruining vibe. It must will be better with me in your life. Sabid every time damage and white. My identity is being so
He's
high.
saying word.
I identify myself smooth guy. You are so high, bitch, get yourself a white. It's white to get all night with nobody with opinions inside. Who the fuck brought this guy? Dick in my head makes you wanna white. I have so much to say in mic. Who the fuck can let me over the light? It's me, I'm sleeping with my open eye. What my fucker brain to get it right? Got the ass so numb so you can move now. Got a feelings, how are you so dumb? I'm gonna put it up by being fraud and hide my volume from a swat. My mom screamed, oh David, what the fuck? Do you smoke some weed? No, I'm not, you are. She hated on me since rape drama. I can say whatever my mouth wants me to say. And don't judge me by my actions and words. Can or not? Oh yes I can. ZDG instead of weed, my brain damage. Getting high much faster than nuts on street. It makes me wonder why they want me to rap my shit, but at that time headache hurts my mind. Corona is waiting for me to run the light. Attacks from behind. Mama, papa, stop telling your bitches mine. Attacks from outside. Don't you try to tell me how to live a life. My life is so hard. I'm so damaged, Marcus, that's closing now. Christie's walking. Stop running, bitches, nowhere to hide in crowd. Can't wait, you survive. Who the fuck brought me in house? Who the fuck the penis in mouth? For a crown, now I'm king of harsh. I'm a new chief of the sweaty swats. Tattoo on my neck says fuck the I'm against the world, bitch. Tupac had said it. R.I.P. great legend. I'm high as fire. Desire just to speedify. You want to see me in a campfire. Like which I just want myself a fire. With Christianity am I getting fired. My work is to get myself much higher than before I'll get myself a zone. Yeah, it's not that nice to be alive. Bitch, shut your mouth cause the damage inside. My eyes are teaching so fast that I cannot even breathe. Cause I'm hell like 911 before the rest in peace. Convulsions hurt me from inside, agony attacks. I think my brains have agnosia, I'm abusing facts. And even my little penis started to hurt so much. I think that I'm really nervous cause of those stupid drugs. Stupidity is might kill me, but mentally I'm harsh. This medicine in the sewer may exhaust my lungs. Told you to stop doing drugs, bitch. I can't, motherfucker. And what for now? Attacks are still with you, aren't they? Yeah. They cheat instead of weed, my brain damage. Getting high much faster than nuts on street. It makes me wonder why they want me to rap my shit, but at that time headache hurts my mind. Corona is waiting for me to run the light. Attacks from behind. Mama, papa, stop telling your bitches mine. Attacks from outside. Don't you try to tell me how to live a life. My life is so hard. I'm so damaged, Marcus, that's closing now. Christie's walking. Stop running, bitches, nowhere to hide in crowd. Can't wait, you survive.
Okay.
that was the stupid song by Dirty. Okay, I'll say this. I'm not sure where he's from. Obviously, there's an accent in there a little bit. I think that you nailed the delivery throughout. However, and this is my word of advice, whether English is your first language or not, I feel like fast raps get overused when people are early in their rap career, and you have a tendency to just like throw everything together, and it's hard to really make out what's being said. And I feel like I struggled understanding what's being said, not totally because of your accent, but because you have an accent and you're rapping fast and everything's just like happening instantaneously. So without listening to the rest of the EP, other than the skit that I'm going to try to find, I feel like pacing yourself goes a long way to people appreciating your music more. I think fast raps sound cool and we envision them as like, yeah, this will be dope, but execution wise, it can be challenging, like to make sure that there's also that level of understanding from the listener. There's the clarity, like all these other things like start to come into play. And like I said, I think you nailed the delivery. It's just like I could only understand bits and pieces here and there, and I kind of struggle with that aspect of it. But I think everything else sounded cool about it. The mix sounded fine. I mean, I'll give it like objectively a 7, with the missing points just coming from I didn't know what you said most of the time.
Yeah, like it was a struggle for me initially. And like, look, I'm not gonna, take off points for an accent, right? Like it's just because I can't understand it clearly doesn't mean that like it's an issue necessarily. We get all sorts of music from international viewers, and like you can just kind of tell no matter what they're saying. Maybe I don't understand the language. Like you can tell if it's on beat or off beat. I think my biggest issue with this, where yes, like the delivery, like he sounded confident when he was saying things. At the same time, like it felt like the flow was very staccato, very kind of like touch and go. So like, at times it was fast. At times there was just a giant pause because you're like trying to figure out where to come back in. Like it didn't feel natural with the flow. And I think, again, from a technical aspect, with the volume not being quite where it needed to be vocally, it did make it really hard to understand the words. Accent aside, I think raising the volume and like kind of having a more natural flow to this would make it a little bit more digestible to an average listener. So interesting song. I'm not mad at it. I'd give it a 6.
See what the skit sounds like before we get to the next person.
Dirty the Drunk.
Yo, I love this song. Let me fucking sing it, bitch. We got together since the start and ending of something, but I don't fucking remember it. You can, bitch. No.
You can, bitch.
Do we think he was actually drunk, or do we think he was just like, I'm gonna put a drunk skit on there because it fits my project?
That's a good question, because it could go either way. On one hand, he did sound genuinely drunk. On the other, he was kind of like what we were talking about with Swagling, is just kind of saying bitch a bunch. And it's like, it feels like you're trying to pretend you're drunk by saying bitch a bunch.
Yeah. I don't know. My wager is that he wasn't drunk and it just fit the theme of the topic, the EP.
I would land there too. I don't think he was drunk at all.
Yeah. All right.
I'm
next up.
so drunk, bitch. Okay.
Usually when you're drunk, like you don't do a 21-second recording of yourself. It's usually like 3, 4, 5 minutes long of you just rambling endless nonsense, and you gotta like find the one gold mine in there to like, oh yeah, this is gonna be good album material.
I'd be interested to hear his take on like, this is why I put this piece into the album. You know what I mean? Like, what do you see it adding to it?
Yeah. I mean, maybe if we can get some response from him, we'll find out. Dirty, if you let us know. All right. Next up, that boy Ryan. Here's Gatekeep. Bring back Gatekeep. I love Gatekeep.
No Scrubs type beat.
Too bad, so sad, he can't be here. Everything is up for grabs, we don't play fair. It's getting late, baby girl, let's just stay here. I'm the best you ever had, girl, let's be clear. Oh shit, hands up, hips down, let me hold it. She sing my song so good, like she wrote it. Everything in life is meant to be. Girl, that's why at the function you were standing next to me. None of all my friends would believe me. You would take the time just to kill me. I believe in love, but it's harder when you gatekeep from me. I can put you on game, but it's harder when you gatekeep from me. We can treat it like a game. If you want some, come and take it from me. You said I'm kidding myself, girl, I'm just feeding your hell. Some dirty in my cut and I'm feeling myself. All the girls in the club and I ain't even no one else. I can put you on game. I can pick you up 9 o'clock in the lobby. If you say my name, we can do anything you want on the drive up. Am I doing wrong? Doing too much, girl, put me on. Girls, the lips for me. What I gotta do for you to leave with me is killing me. None of all my friends will believe me. You would take the time just to kill me. I believe in love, but it's harder when you gatekeep from me. I can put you on game, but it's harder when you gatekeep from me. We can treat it like a game. If you want some, come and take it from me. You said I'm kidding myself, girl, I'm just feeding your hell. Some dirty in my cut and I'm feeling myself. All the girls in the club and I ain't even no one else.
Okay, that was that boy Ryan with Gatekeep. Yeah, the beat feels like it was something out of like Destiny Child early catalog. I think the singing was dope. I think vocally you're solid. I like the song itself. It lacks layers and like harmony runs and stuff like that, but I feel like it's still a decent song. It just feels dated the way that the production is and the way that it's performed. I want to like it more. I just feel like this would be something that would come on like what is now considered an old school playlist rather than like, oh, here's the current hot songs. Like if you released this yesterday, I feel like if I was like the playlist director at a radio station, I would throw this on the oldies station and not like, here's what's new and hot. I feel like that's the struggle with this, is it feels old, even though it might be new. When the fuck did this come out? Let me look and see. Open up this YouTube.
Watch It is from like 2005.
4 months ago. Released March 13th, 2025.
What year is it, Dice?
It's 2025. That's what I just said.
Are we in 1999? Did we time travel? What
Yeah.
year is it?
I feel like that's the struggle that you have with this, is it feels like something that was recorded in like 2000, between 2000 and 2009. Like I said, I want to like this for now, but it just doesn't feel like a now song. I'll still give it an 8.
Somebody gatekeeping all of the beats from 2010 on.
Maybe that's what the song is about.
Why are you gatekeeping my beats, bro?
Give me some new shit.
Yeah, man. Like right off the bat. And it's funny because you don't come in immediately. It's probably like 20 seconds until like any vocals hit. So it's kind of like, what in the fucking Destiny's Child? Like who dug Maya out of her grave? Because it doesn't even sound like a dude song either, right? It sounds like a female band that Diddy put together before he started honka honka, you know? Look, man, I'll just say, you got all the talent in the world. Like that voice is great. I think vocally you crushed out of the park. The beat is dated, but as much as I'm joking around about it, I still liked the song. It just sounded ancient. I was like, I'm at my high school 20-year reunion.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give it a objective 9 because of what you did, not because of the beat you chose. I'd be interested to hear what other songs he has.
And now you got me thinking, like, hold on.
Let's see what else there is. Yeah.
So Gatekeep. This is an album. Oh no, there's one song on there. All right.
Oh yeah.
Here's 6 songs. Okay, it's okay for now. Let's see. He's got This Way, No Way, Say Some. Let's listen to Say Some. This seems like it has promise. Listen to a little bit of this one.
Getting a twofer today, Ryan.
Because I mean, I can't believe somebody would like 4 months ago make something that sounded like it's 20 years old. It's just mind-boggling. This sounds more
Maybe that's
recent.
the trick. Yeah.
You struggle with the intros, like you're leaving a little bit too much beat to build into these songs. We're 30 seconds in and we haven't heard from you.
Is it possible this is just an instrumental?
If you want me, baby girl, then just say something. I ain't letting you just niggas, I'ma say something. This is long, you ain't worried about the pay stubs. I swear to God, them hoes be the fake ones. Posting on the ground, acting like you made one. I know the whole damn well,
4
she
years
ain't
ago.
nothing. I gotta
Whoa, 4 years. How did you regress? What happened? He time traveled backwards.
We've got a time traveler on our hands. Fucking Outlander.
Yeah.
The Seeing Stones.
Yeah, Ryan, I'm questioning the choices with Gatekeep. I like your voice. I like your style. I think you have dope talent and super potential. Talk to us. Let us know what's going on.
Yeah. I got beats, man. I'll share
Yeah.
some beats. I won't
beats.
gatekeep on you.
Yeah, we got you. We got you, buddy. All right, next up, Sleek Ivory, Rock Beat. Sleek Ivory's got beats too. Sometimes they're awesome. Sometimes they're like, what's going on here? Let's take a listen to this one.
Right off the bat.
What's going on here?
What's going on? What's going on? Mortal Beats for the follow. Appreciate you. Man. Do you think that boy Ryan would do that beat?
Drag it to the recycling bin.
Yeah, probably.
Sleek Ivory,
Yeah.
I really hate this beat, and there's one glaring reason why. It's because you intentionally chose to put the drums on the downbeat instead of where they should have been. And the only reason I know that you did that is because the last beat you posted, you said something about putting it on like an off-tempo signature as well. And I feel like you're experimenting with that pocket, and I just want you to stop it. I just don't want you to continue down this path. I'm telling you right now, there's nothing there, nothing to find, at least right now. Like, if you want to do it on your spare time just to see how it sounds, sure. But put the drums where they need to fall, and don't try this little downbeat experiment that you're doing, because it just made the whole thing sound off signature-wise. And there's nothing wrong with the drum line. There's nothing really wrong with the guitar, the rock part of it. It just feels like the guitar is playing on the one tempo and the drums are playing on another. And it's just misaligned. And that's really the main reason that I hate this. And I'll give it a 3.
For what it's worth, I fucking hate it too. I fucking hate it. The worst tempo, it's just cringe right off the bat. And I kind of said something at the time. I was like, oh, just going right into it, right? It's like it's like there's no foreplay, no anything, just like blah, like just fucking right into it. Yeah, just kind of an insane start. There's no like leading up into like, all right, here is, some drums, and then it's just like right off the bat were these crazy drum patterns which are going on the downbeat. The guitar is just blaring, and it just doesn't feel cohesive, Like the entire tempo of it is insane. Again, we're just two people giving our first reactions. That's a 2 for me. Ricky Akimbo, though, says, hey, that was nice. So he has all sorts of crazy songs. Maybe he can make that make sense. There's no worlds that I can think of that beat makes sense.
Ricky, if you can make that make sense, man, I'll give you a 10 out the gate.
I could see him doing it. He's got the talent. He does all sorts of crazy shit.
He's got the talent, but I don't know, man. I just don't know. Yeah, I don't know. All right. Next.
Yeah. I'm not trying to be a dick here, Sleek Ivory. You know we love you. We've heard all sorts of beats of yours. We've given you plenty of high ratings before. This one, for me, is a no, dog.
It's trash.
No for me, dog.
It sucks. Just being honest, I just don't like it. All right. It's goofy. All right, next up. Hithagami? I'm going to try different names. I'm going to try different names and pronunciations of this until you like show your face and you correct me. I'm going with Hithagami this time. This is called Disco Square.
Gam Gam.
Ooh, good music. I just don't know how to pronounce the name.
Hi the Gami.
Okay, I got it.
Prometheus. Taking you back to New York, 1979. Cocaine was on every trash can lid. And the babies are dancing in the street.
I've never been to New York.
I haven't either. I'm only assuming from stock footage I've seen.
There.
Yeah. I've seen things. Are those two ladies? Like a kid with two mommies?
I don't know.
Love speculating wildly. This song reminded me of Eggo Waffles, and I'm gonna slam those as soon as we're done here.
Okay, I think we got it. That's Disco Square by Hi the Gami.
Hi, the Gami.
That's what Prometheus said.
Prometheus knows. Look, love the photo. I love love, you know, and that's just love. This had a fun vibe, cool feelings, definitely kind of gets your mind going of like painting a picture of what sort of discotheque might be playing this. I do think that like great vibes. I like it overall. Do I wish there was like slightly deeper, like more reverb on the drums? Probably. I think the drums could be a little stronger, just overall to drive the beat, and just in general, like we kind of got it after like 2 minutes, you know, like it's a 4-minute song. So could somebody do something to this for 4 minutes? Probably. I probably doesn't need the third verse. You know, you could probably just get away with 3 minutes, done, you know, fucking clock out, high five the manager on the way out, and you know, salute the flag as you go back home to heat up a hungry man dinner in a microwave. That's the working man in my mind. Still unemployed. This is it's an 8.5 for me.
Yeah, I think Ryan could do something cool with this. You know, I like the vibe to it. I like the feelings that it makes me feel. But I agree. I don't think that you need 4 minutes of this, unless it was just meant for background music playing. Just straight up people dancing on a dance floor. Like maybe this is like something that you throw on at a wedding after party and stuff like that. But if somebody was going to do a song on it, I'd definitely shorten it. But I like it for the same feels. I'll give it an 8. Give it an 8. Next up, Calico James. Shout out to Calico James. I believe he #1 Cyclone fan or something of that nature. Here is a verse. No more freestyles. Bird, let him know if you need ad-libs on here. He wrote. That's what he's trying to tell us this time, is he wrote.
Posted it before the song was finished. Okay. I'm here for it.
Everybody, let's collectively gather ourselves. Here's Calico James with I Don't Know. I'm going to pause it real quick and say, this is a dope hook. I hope you know what you're getting yourself into when you select a hook like this on a beat. Like, my expectations are now up here. Like, if this was just a beat, I would just start out in the middle, like, okay, let's see what he does with it. But the hook, I'm up here now.
So here's what I was thinking as the hook was playing, and this might be crazy, but I was like, I'm guessing this is probably like a stock, like you download the beat with hook, right? And I was kind of like, I wish he had more de-esser. Like, it sounds almost like it's not mixed great. And I'm guessing this isn't like a feature of his. This is just like how the beat came. So you're like, man, what the fuck, producer?
Yeah.
That's just my initial take. It is a good hook, though. A lot of energy on this beat.
Let's see if you keep up that energy. That's the feature.
Come back. Y'all believe in miracles. That choir singing, I can't hear it though. God don't talk to me, I'm just not spiritual. Can y'all hear it though? That Holy Spirit, wow. Used to walk them streets, niggas got left on. Count the couch, but them niggas, it was slept on. But I'm dreaming, shit, I'm fiending. Lots of drugging, y'all don't believe it. But shit, I need it, more than anything. Country boy, but this a city thing. Rocks I sling, don't bling and shine. First love need diamond rings that blind. So I grind for me and mine. Outside in them streets, nigga, rain to shine. Oh, and they don't like that. Like be hidden, I'm the type of nigga fight back. Drowning in the ocean, making wings out of life raft. Wrong way down that right path, and I'm coming right back, nigga.
All right, that was Calico James with his one verse, and then I guess that's the feature, he says. So
there's no more anything?
No more. Nothing.
All right. Yeah, I'll just say this is the shit that I was hoping for. You know what I mean? Like, when we hear the Calico James, you hear the voice, you hear the energy, you hear the confidence in the delivery. And sometimes, like, you just find himself, like, not quite hitting the timing because you're, like, thinking of what to say next in the freestyle. And you're like, it's good enough. Like, ship it, slap a stamp on it, send it out to the world. But this is what I was hoping for, right? Like, I could kind of hear you have all the elements of, what makes a good rapper. You just got to put a little bit more thought into it. So I liked what you did here. I think there was some really interesting lines, wrong way down the right path. Like there was a couple where I was like, that's okay. Yeah, like this is cool. Yeah, as far as the feature goes, I do think there's probably some like mixed stuff you could do, like as far as like a de-esser, and kind of make those vocals shine a little bit more on the hook. Your parts, I think, were solidly delivered. Interesting writing, definitely the best writing, the only writing we've heard from you, I guess. And I want you to lean into this shit because this is the way, my friend. Obviously, it's just kind of a start. I'd give this an 8 where it's at.
I'll say this: like I think the hook is dope, and I can hear the subtle difference in between you writing versus you just saying anything. The one thing that I would recommend, I feel like you really picked up the momentum in like the last 3 or 4 lines. I would suggest that you go back and rewrite like the first half of your verse, because it felt like, you're getting the rust off. Like you haven't written anything down. You're just used to going in and, going off the top of your head. I feel like as you were writing, you really picked up the momentum towards the later half of it. So maybe if you can restructure and fill in, like, because the first half of the verse, it really did feel kind of like a little bit freestylish. There was like not a lot of wordage. It was just like da 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 da. So I think you can rewrite the first half of it with that same energy, and it would be twice as good as where it's at right now. Obviously it's not finished, but yeah, just be cautious of like the volume, because like you came in like a lot louder than the hook did. But of course, like you said the hook would come back. It's not a finished product, but all that said, like I think that you can go back and rewrite the first part of that verse, and it would be stronger than what you have right now. But I think definitely like the last 4 lines, you really got my attention there. Like I was like, okay, he's really focused and he's really got it. So I give it a 7 where it's at. I definitely think this has potential to be like a 8 or a 9 track with that hook on it.
Yeah. Shout out, Calico. Love to see it.
Love it, man.
More of this. Yes.
Yeah. Are we playing Among Us later? I didn't know y'all were playing Among Us later. So
I can't. I got stuff.
Yeah. I'm going to use that same excuse. All right, next up, The Fallen Dove. Here is Snake Eyes demo. Dove has been like sending me different versions of this throughout the week, and I just haven't had time to like sit down and dissect it. So here is where I'll do that. This is over one of Noir's beats that posted, I think, a couple weeks ago. This is called Snake Eyes. All right, Streamlabs, do your job.
Hey.
Looking with my snake eyes for that goal. I don't play nice, making headlines. Bitch, I headlines, click a mission, call it a deadline. You can't catch me lying. I don't snitch, I stay denying. My lungs back like they dying, but with the shadow, I stay frying. Stay smoking on a product can. Care about your problems, I'm too faded. My house is gated like I'm bleached. Man, y'all ain't flipping the pants, we catching bands. You catch strays, we make hell plays. Shoot the van, they start plans. Man, a game, man, you died today. Looking with my snake eyes for that goal. I don't play nice, making headlines. Bitch, I headlines, click a mission, call it a deadline. You can't catch me lying. I don't snitch, I stay denying. My lungs back like they dying, but with the shadow, I stay frying. Say my boo a doper man, truth, he's a doper man. Say you need be sober can, cause I have a doper plan. Mix her ecstasy with him, see that clean cheese. Go up, be happy, times the fit, go home and fall to a deeper sleep. I can't shake that feeling, my most revealed, more company feeling. Girl, when I'm silly, this face, the party monster, it disgraces party roster. Bitch made me like she needed sponsor, but she just told me to fuck on her and lead to her. Bitch, you unsure what you heard. My brim low, hands together, need a halo. low to get better, but I'm high, my bleeding eyes. Drummers crowd, that's my demise. I'll siren, they know my lies. They swear me in my life. Curse on the blame, I can't hide. But when I die, they wanna cry. Go off the grid, I'm in my A for drinks a bit. Need to escape, advice for those who see my fate. Burner to get that go, get your none of maps for the game. Cut the smoke, you're the same. That's when you victim shame. Drag him to the grave while you're on your way. Looking with my snake eyes for that goal. I don't play nice, make it headlines. Bitch, I headlights, kick a mission, call it a deadline. You can catch me lying. I don't listen, just stay to 9. My lungs back like they dying, but with the shadow I stay frying. Looking with my snake eyes for that goal. I don't play nice, make it headlines. Bitch, I headlights, kick a mission, call it a deadline. You can catch me lying. I don't listen, just stay to 9. My lungs back like they dying, but with the shadow I stay frying. Look at me, looking at you. Can you see I wanted to feel me? Smooth as silk, Mars like bowls of milk. Counting my need about 8 weeks, so I drink when we bonus week. Cause your cash cow let it flow and take off your fucking clothes. What's a touch of promise, what's a touch? It's honest like he's gonna marry me, but others wanna bury me. So I leave him in the snow where I've been before you. Know there's good intent, cause with me you can't repent.
I've got some thoughts. Dope beat. Right off the bat, I'm like, oh shit, this is great. I think quality-wise, sounds good. Delivery, sounds confident. Like, this is probably the best, most confident, clear we've heard Dove. I think, again, great choice not to just auto-tune it to all hell and just, like, say your shit. Here's the problem, is it's off. The flow is just completely off the whole time. And again, like, fuck, man, like you hear kind of the rhythm of the beat, da 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 da, and there's like a time signature where you can say a certain amount of syllables naturally, and I think there's some sort of disconnect between what you have written down and then when you execute. Because, like, the time-wise, it's just uncomfortable. Either not enough words to fill in the space, so you end up talking more robotic to time it, or you just rush it all together and, like, jam the words. I mean, this is the next thing, the flow. We got to figure out the flow. You've done the work on the other stuff, and I'm impressed at how far you've come on that side of the fence. Now it's just the flow. I'd give it a 4 to like encourage all the good progressions, but without the flow there, it's really hard to listen to the song.
Yeah, I'm at the 4 for similar reasons. The things that I was gonna say, and I say this with all due respect, is like it sounds tone deaf in like how you're saying the words. Like if we start just from the very beginning with the hook, where it's like, and I'm gonna normalize things. I'm gonna say like if the first opening line is looking with my snake eyes, like you should say that like clear with conviction. Looking with my snake eyes. The way that you start out is like looking with my snake eyes. Like you have this like this tone to it that doesn't even need to be there, and it comes off like very lollygagging and with a lull to it that then kind of drags into how you deliver every single line after that, because you're like looking with my snake eye, da 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 da. Like you don't need to, and I've said this before to various people, if you're gonna sing. If you're not gonna sing, don't try to like add that element to it, because it's just gonna ruin everything that you do after that. And I feel like that's what happened with this. It's like you start off with this tone that doesn't need to be there, and it kind of carries out throughout the rest of the song. And kind of like what Bird was saying, like the word choice, it like leads itself to like these empty pockets within each line where like the word choice and the writing needs to be revisited. Of like even if we take that very first line, like looking with my snake eyes, like it's not something that like really flows very well as a hook. Like there needs to be some sort of reworded there. Like I get the Snake Eyes concept, but looking with my snake eyes isn't like a catchy saying. So I don't know. I don't know whether I need to just like jump on a call with you and just like talk through these things, but like I feel like those kind of things are like these lingering challenges that you have where you keep trying to like do this certain particular delivery, or you're really focused on like whatever you have written down and just rereading that, and it's not like translating into the actual delivery. But like Bird said, like the clarity is there, like we can now understand you. You know, you can, for the most part, stay somewhat on beat. It's just the wording that is what gets you off beat. And like those kind of things, like you really have to like go back and revisit in the QA process. But I'm at a 4 for those reasons. It's like I feel like just the tone of this that you chose is what threw off the rest of the song.
And Prometheus in the chat agrees, like No Auto is the best Dove. You know, 4th Street saying best Dove song they've heard. Like the progression's there. So like you're doing all the right things. It's just, you know, continuing. It's a journey.
Yeah, and maybe part of this is like breaking bad habits, right? You spent so much time just relying on auto-tune to kind of carry you through the songs that maybe you're trying to recreate that feeling, and you don't need to. You just need to kind of like break away from those habits. All right. Next up, Geology, Latin guitar beat. A goat on a mountain. Shout out to goats.
Goat.
Aren't your vocals just a acapella? All right.
All right.
Check it out. All right.
Is that your,
That's okay.
Is that your goat?
Is that your goat? Whose goat is that? Is that your mountain?
Yeah. Minds must know who goat that, who mountain that.
Yeah, we're scrutinizing everything here. I'll give the goat an 8 out of 10. I'll give the mountain a 10 out of 10.
That's a bum ass goat. That's like a 3 out of 10 goat for me. No offense, Geology. If that's your goat, I'm sorry.
Check 1, check 2, check 3, check it. The way that I attack the microphone and I project it, cause I've been recollecting visions of the golden sector. Supreme net protector from the Tribeca, astral projector. I'm the resurrector. With revelations I've been spraying from the city of Mecca. I remember the grimy of the 90s. Don't remind me how I spit it so timely.
That was Geology with a Latin guitar beat. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the community. Look, I think we've said this. Community. I think we've said this a lot in the past. Is like we don't really need the vocals on beats when producers share the beats. I will say that this time I didn't really actually mind it, other than the fact that it was just a short verse and there was no vocals on the rest of it. I feel like you can't like straddle the fence on this. Either you put a full song on it and you let us hear how you produced around the song, or just take it off altogether. You know, kudos on the fact that, because normally when people put just a verse on their beats, it's just like distracting and it doesn't really fit, and we're always like, why? I want to hear the beat. But I think it actually fit. It just, there was just a verse and there was no hook and there was no second verse. So I'm like, okay, why even put that one verse on there? It didn't start out how I expected it to go by naming it Latin guitar beat, but I really liked the beat a lot. I think it was dope. I think the drums slapped. and I like the variety to it. Shit, I'll give it a 9. I really like what you had there, other than just the confusion of why just put one verse on it.
Dude, I was gonna say the same exact shit. It is funny because we run into this all the time with producers like, oh, did you have to use an acapella? I'd rather just hear you beat. But it did work here. And it's kind of interesting. I'm pretty sure, like, lyrically, I think I recognized that was like a Wu-Tang verse, but it also sounded like it was delivered by some white dude. So like I don't know if Splice just like had white dudes re-record famous Wu-Tang verses, or if
it's the karaoke version.
Yeah. But yeah, the vocals, it sat really well with the beat, but I agree 1,000% where you're like, well, now it feels like the rest of the beat is empty, right?
Yeah.
So I would either take it out or find another verse, if there is another one that you could put over there, because it felt like it should be a full song at that point because it just fit so naturally. You did a really good job of making it sound like it belonged there. And then since it sounded like it belonged there, it's almost like somebody submitted to us a first draft where only one verse was on it, and then they were going to go back and fill in the rest later. You know what I mean? Beat was fire. I liked it a lot. From Splice. Okay, yeah. So Splice had some white dude re-record Wu-Tang.
Here's the Method Man karaoke version.
Yeah. D-Bird saying, METHOD, man. Yeah, it's a good take. Do it again. Yeah, I'm gonna give it a solid 9 too. That's cool, man. I'm a fan. I'm a new fan.
Yeah, dope shit. Ricky Akimbo. Ricky Akimbo still here. Shout out to Ricky.
Ricky. Okay, again, Ricky Akimbo. Every time I hear that, I think of like dude with two guns. Every time I think of a dude with two guns, I think of Hardcore Henry, the fucking coolest action movie of all time. It was like filmed on a GoPro, and he's like first person punching everybody. Have you seen that movie?
I still need to watch it. I have it in my like things I need to watch, and I need to watch it. The bits and pieces that I've seen look dope. I just haven't sat down and finished it.
It is literally the best action movie I've ever seen. And if you haven't, immediately after this.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do today.
Let's stop it right now.
Yeah, sorry, Catalyst. I can't play Among Us. I got to go watch Hardcore Henry.
Hardcore Henry. Yeah, let's actually pause the review show right now. We'll watch Hardcore Henry. You guys can watch with us on stream. And then we might finish up later.
All right. Sorry, Ricky Akimbo. We're going to pivot. The rest of the show is Hardcore Henry.
Oh, so close. You want us to review? No. Hardcore Henry.
It was the last song of the show, but we're going to pivot real quick and just play a 2-hour-long movie.
I did throw in one after the queue was closed. My cousin Tim is working on EDM beats, and he has his first EDM beat he wanted to show us.
Oh, shout out cousin Tim.
Yeah.
All right, here's Ricky Akimbo, Still Here.
Hell yeah, I'm still here.
You make this beat.
Where's that Sleek Ivory beat?
You're thinking I won't make it, thinking you can take it from me. I bet you think you'll break me. You must be underestimating me. So I said, I bet you wanted me, girl, but I'm still there. You wanted me.
right, that was Ricky Akimbo with "I'm Still Here." I like this overall. I feel like the vocals on the verses are lonely. They feel kind of just isolated, and I feel like this is one of those songs where you add like a little bit more reverb and delay stuff on it, so it brings out some more body, especially with like how heavy the instrumentation is. And I feel like on the hook, there's a lot of like challenge between, am I listening to the beat more, or am I listening to the vocals more? I like how the hook sounds. I think like with the layers on the hook, it feels a little bit more where I thought the verses should be. Just the verses themselves feel like kind of lonely and bare and naked. The second verse kind of threw me for a loop because I feel like you chose some tones in the way that you delivered it that didn't necessarily sound the way that I thought that they were going to be delivered. But I'm not saying that it was delivered bad. My final thought on this was like I could hear this being performed by a powerful female vocal and like really hitting the mark. Like I could hear Katy Perry like basically recreating this song and it being like super powerful and super impactful. So, hope you don't take offense to that, but I feel like this is like written for like a very powerful female vocal. If you can find somebody to like really execute on that. But that said, I think you did a good job. Just like the only thing that really stood out to me is like the verses felt like super, super bare. I'll give it a 7.5.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I was kind of thinking the same thing when it came to the verses. It was like, I wish there was like just a little bit more body in the vocals. But actually like fucking great song, like overall, I liked this a lot. I was trying to think of like how to describe like some of the instrumentation, like how I was feeling about it. Cause like once you get into the chorus, it gets a little harder to hear. There's more, instrumental layers. And so it's like, how do you pick out the vocals from that? How do you, kind of listen intently? And I think the best way to describe some pieces of this was noise pollution, right? There's just so much happening where it's kind of hard to make out any individual like words or like, what is he really saying here? At the same time, like you've got a great voice and it sounds good. I just wish that like, as far as the mix goes, it was pieced together to make each individual parts kind of work together versus kind of working all at the same time on top of each other, if that makes sense. So I felt that a little bit. At the same time, I still really loved your vocals. I loved the guitars. I thought everything sounded cool. I'm gonna give this an 8.5. Solid showing.
What up, Scandalous? So no, we do not take submissions outside of our Discord. The reason for that is the whole driving factor of our community is like that interaction with the community. Like we got producers, we got engineers, we got artists. There's a lot of collaborations that happen on there. So, that's what this show is built around, is like, these are the submissions from our community. We have people who like work with producers on the community. We have people who work with engineers, artists that collaborate. So that's kind of like the basis of the show, is like, this is the focus on the community. So if you don't want to sign up for Discord, I mean, you're more than welcome to hang out and chit chat with us, but just letting you know. Speaking of community, D-Bird's cousin Tim, EDM beat. That's what you said?
Yeah. He's so last time I talked to him, he's experienced in a drummer, like he's been drumming all of his life, but he just recently got into kind of producing EDM beats, leaning more into like EDM. I have no idea how this sounds. This is my first time listening to it, even though he sent it to me over a week ago and kind of reminded me today. I'm interested to see his progress.
Shout out cousin Tim. He featured on the show like, what was that, like 2 years ago now?
2 years ago, probably. Yeah.
All right, here's Bugs. Is this his first EDM beat?
Yeah. He's like, y'all got any EDM producers? He's like, oh, sweet honey, baby. Yes, we have all of the producers in the world. What the fuck? Mistakes in the progress.
Program has a bug in it. Computers have bugs? Computers have bugs? The program has a bug in it. Computers don't think. Just people who do the thinking don't think.
Energy shift.
Yeah.
Zzz.
Take it off.
Some Starship Trooper shit. Just like, oh, there's a bug. Oh! Yep.
Here we go.
Don't you love the sneak preview of the wave going up? Gonna go even higher in a second.
Here we go.
Mistakes in the progress. Bugs.
I think I got the gist of it here. Shout out to Cousin Tim. EDM? I don't know if this is EDM. Feels like just like a regular, like kind of hip hop-ish pop beat to me. Here's my thoughts. I think overall it's solid. I could do without like the vocal samples that kind of got lost in the background throughout. I don't think they really added any value. I think the drums and everything sounded clean. I would say like the laser stabs and that he has, like that we just heard in this last section here, and then kind of in the last section of the first verse, could probably be lowered volume wise, just a notch, maybe like 3 decibels. And then he had some crashing hi-hats as well. Same with those. But I think other than that, I liked it. I just wouldn't call it EDM. I think that's my biggest gripe is it's not EDM, and the vocal samples that got played every now and then just didn't add any value to me. I'd give it a 7.5 where it's at.
Yeah, and maybe I set him up for failure a little bit because he's like, anyone do EDM? This is kind of electronic music, blah blah blah. Well, maybe it's more rap beat. And it's like, yeah.
I mean, I can see that where it's like, okay, I put this together. I don't necessarily know what genre. It sounds a little EDM. I can see it's like electronic hip hop. So in that regard, yeah, okay, I get it.
Yeah, for me, like I liked this. I think it's a cool start. My suggestions would be twofold. I think one, just turn down the volumes on everything. The drums were probably my favorite part about it. It sounded great, obviously. But like all of the electro, like the synths, the buggy zaps that go kind of back and forth, like all of that shit needs to be turned down. And like the main melodies, turn it down. And I think that'll fit overall with the drums better. And then the other piece I would say is just everything takes too long, right? I think it's, if it's like a fucking Scorsese movie, right? You come to see the fucking gangsters fight each other, fucking garrote them from behind and just like, strangle them to death. That's what you come to the Martin Scorsese scene for. But meanwhile, you're like 45 minutes into a dinner scene where nothing's happened. You're like, fucking next. Come on, De Niro, go to the next.
You don't want to watch De Niro and Pacino talk for 35 minutes?
I mean, if it ends with him like fucking stabbing a pencil in the guy's neck, maybe. But even then, fucking tighten it up. You know what I mean? So I think the intro, like as you're seeing that like build, you could probably cut that in half. The verse part, that's the other part, is like when you're going like, I don't know what it is. Is it EDM? Is it hip hop? Like, I think you kind of have to make a choice, because with EDM, sure, you can kind of lean in and just say, all right, here's this long section. Here's a little energy drop, and then we'll go back into a long section again. Sure. I still think maybe condense it. For hip hop, it's like, all right, cut that into a 16. Maybe instead of an energy drop down, you think of like, what can we do to integrate that vocal sample and kind of have the most amount of layers, the most energy happening in like a 4 to 8 bar section, and then just go back into kind of that main verse section. So I think there's a lot of different ways you can take it. You got a lot of great building blocks here. It just needs to be kind of made into a real boy, I'll give it an 8.
Word. All right. Well, that was our show for today. Shout out to everybody who submitted some stuff and hung out with us. We will be doing this again for our subscribers on Wednesday. So if you are not a subscriber and you would like to submit, hit that subscribe button. You can subscribe on Twitch, the Discord directly, Kick, YouTube. You can be a member, and you will get access to the Wednesday queue. Also, subscribers get a little discount code on merch. So if you want some fresh gear, some D-Bird merch, with some White Collar Rhymes merch, you can get that. And if you don't want to be a subscriber, you just like hanging out with us, come back Sunday. We'll be back Sunday doing this all over again. And it sounds like, I guess, according to Catalyst, they're playing some Among Us tonight. So we do other things other than listen to music. We play games, we chit chat, we have good time, talk sports, all that other stuff. So hop on the Discord, hang out with the folks, hop in the voice chat if you see people in the voice chat, all the other good stuff. Also got a song league that is wrapping up round 5, Square Up. Tracks normally are due Sunday, but we had getting a little bit complicated with the criteria here at the end. So folks got a couple extra days, but we'll be hearing some interesting tracks in the next 48 hours, I imagine. And then the last round will kick off next week. So I think that's it. Oh, producer tournament coming soon. We're going to start wrapping up the details on that. So if you are a producer and you'd like to show your hand at how great you are compared to everybody else, now's your time.
Yeah. Are you the best of the best? Are you the best around? Come into our Discord, show us.
Okay. Maybe we'll make that like the theme music for the... All right. Whatever. All right. We're getting out of here, folks. Appreciate y'all hanging in. See y'all next time.